Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
As the agent for Peyton Ansley, John Milton, you are indicating to me that you're quite familiar with Peyton Ansley, John Milton, and that's basically you. Is that correct?
I am the agent authorized to represent Peyton Ansley, John Milton, as written in all capital letters.
All right, and you understand for my purposes, though that language doesn't make any sense. So
No, I do not.
I understand. Okay, well, I'm telling you that. And so I am, until you disabuse me of the motion, or the notion, I am inclined to believe you are both the agent and the person. So. And it's in
I'm
all
not a
caps.
person. I am one of the people. Thank you.
All right, okay, thank you.
Good morning, welcome to Good Friday morning. No Pants Friday today, by the way. No Pants Friday. Welcome to Friday. We made it all the way through the work week. This is the last day, and then we get a break. Super excited about that. I've got to say, Mathis, is this a first for you? I'm thinking this might be a first.
I saw a chicken fight.
Saw chicken fighting. Mathis, first in chat today. Congratulations, my friend. Being first in chat comes with its privileges, but it also comes with a punishment. And yeah, it's not good.
When are we going to break for lunch,
It's
Judge?
not good. Mathis is like, yep, you're excited.
I'm
You're
not a
excited,
camel.
Mathis, because you don't know what you're in for. Basically, in addition to everything else.
Is that correct?
I mean, you thought, being across the pond, you might go to bed early today. No, you now are basically taken on a new job that is on our time schedule, and you have to repair the internet and maintain it for everyone worldwide. So, in addition to anything else,
The zombie apocalypse may be upon us.
right? It might seem like the zombie apocalypse
He's the guy.
is upon you. But congratulations,
If they
Mathis.
didn't, I would lose my mind.
Somebody has found all of the sound effects this morning. Who is this? Like every single one has been triggered. Good morning. Paula Mack, drop the EN on that one. It's just whoop, I think. The volume is too loud. Yeah, I hear that. It's too loud in my head. Let me turn the sound down just a little bit, like, I don't know, to hear.
I think I'm about to catch a whooping.
There we go. Now I can live with that. All right.
Shame on you, sir.
Hi, all. Sorry I'm late. I'm in biology study group, introducing my colleagues to RA.
With more experience.
Lucy Snakesville Hiss. Let me just speak briefly for this moment to your study group. I just want you guys to know that Lucy is the hardest working study partner, group participant. If there's anything tough, if there's like a difficult part of the assignment that maybe you're not confident that you'll be able to nail, Lucy can do that.
I don't know who
Lucy will
won.
step right up, and she has just mad skills. She's going to get you all an A, top marks and everything. So go ahead and just give her the assignment. No, just kidding, Lucy. I'm not gonna. Don't do that to Lucy. That would be not nice. Lucy's busy. She's watching court. Give her a break. You guys have fun in your class, though. Honestly, study, do what's important, but have fun. Schooling should be fun and educational. All right. Let's see. Where are we? I think we can. Well, we've got a couple things going on.
Don't miss the forest for the trees.
We have some birthday song people sing to. At least one I know of. Let's see. We have some exciting courts happening. We have Cedric Simpson has his landlord-tenant docket today. We've got I know Judge Middleton is
Somebody just sent me a video
doing
of
this.
roaches fighting.
So
I don't know who won.
he's being Judge Middleton. Let's see. I think
When are we going to
that's
break
all.
for lunch, Judge?
Man, you guys, the sound effects are going nuts.
How does he do that?
Did I look up Attorney James Owen's bar license? No. What's the... I mean, I've looked up... We're monitoring this morning. We're expecting documents that were expected yesterday in the Sarah Boone case. And all we got was an evidence control sheet so far. Boondocks. The Boondocks we're waiting for are the Boondocks from the judge.
I object.
We're waiting for a ruling on the all the motions he said I was going to do yesterday and file. One of them includes the restraints, whether Sarah Boone is going to be restrained in court, even though it was sort of already addressed, and the prosecution's like, we already did this one, Judge, and you already ruled on it. But,
The zombie apocalypse may be upon us.
Boondocks. Like Boondocks was the name of a place you could go and play, but there's also like Down by the Boondocks. I think that's in like some songs. Katia, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're feeling gray. Hopefully you can get feeling greener soon. All right, here's our birthday list. We have to sing to this because if we wait till midday, we'll have like 500 people on this list, as you guys
Send someone with more experience.
find people distantly, possibly even not related to the show, who might be having a birthday. So we're going to sing to Lydia, Ian, Justin, Stranger Gamer,
This is not Burger
Alexa,
King. People do
and
not get to have it
Terry,
their way.
who are all celebrating their special day either today or over the weekend. And the movie. So hang on, I'm just warming up my throat for this because it is early. I'm not. Do you guys notice how early it is? Does it seem early to you?
Back, taking it easy.
I'm like wiping the sleep out of my eyes, trying to focus on the screen. I feel like I got pressured into starting early on the podcast last night. Here we go. Warm up with me, if you will. La 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 la. There we go. All right, we're gonna sing to Lydia, Ian, Justin, Stranger Gamer, Alexa, and Terry. Blend your voices with those of your neighbors. Stand up, project your voice to the back of the room. Dancers at the ready. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lydia, Ian, Justin, Stranger Gamer, Alexa, and Terry. Happy birthday to you. Sharon, once again, thank you very much for putting the birthday list up there. Lydia, Ian, Justin, Stranger Gamer, Alexa, and Terry. Today is your special day. What that means is we are here to celebrate you. And I realize there are a million places you could be, a million people you could be with, but you've chosen to be here with us. And that privilege, the pleasure, the honor is ours. Hopefully we can turn a little bit of that joy to you today, make your day a little more specialer. Happy birthday. Help yourself to free pancakes at Denny's, Waffle House, IHOP, Village Inn. I need more restaurants to add to the list. McDonald's. Everywhere that serves breakfast, that serves pancakes. If you can buy a flapjack, you should be able to get it free on your birthday. It's not like they're expensive. It's got a little flour, a little water. I don't know what else is in it. It's more than just flour and water. But it's got to be one of the cheapest things to make. The company should just pony up on your special day. Oh, yeah. Good. Katia, for your birthday, Katia got herself a Stream Deck, which is awesome. I have mine over here. I love it. Costs a pretty penny to get it set up, but other than that, it's good. Let's see. Oh, Boondocks are in. Kiki Sunsets for Life. Thank you very much. As we continue jamming. Let's see. Owen's license is suspended for late payment of fees. Lawyer said it's not a big deal, really. I'm not seeing that document. I'm on the court website. Ooh, there's our drum solo cue. Everyone get your air drum sticks. I'm gonna move the mic because I'm really gonna play this one. Here we go. I threw the drumstick at the end. I did not mean to do that. If that hit somebody, I apologize. But I totally threw my air drumstick. Boondocks are in. Key Sunsets for Life. Thank you. I'm looking at the docket events. and either it's not updating. The last I have is the only thing I have is an evidence control sheet. The things that were filed yesterday, we've got notice of provision of witness lists, exhibit lists, but the ones we're waiting for are the judge's ruling. Weegobs, right in my eye. Right in my eye. Mathis, I hate to disappoint you because you, my friend, are a great supporter and have been around for a long time. There's no way I'm reading that. I just cannot read 300 pages of anything. You remember the big document I read that took 6 hours? I can't do that again. I think I lost weeks of my life doing that. Starting Friday with IRA, hoping to end it with FNF. Oh, man, that would be great. Hopefully Rob and Ian and everybody are up for that. That would be amazing. Let's see. The orders are expected. We are expecting not posted yet. That's what I'm seeing as well. But we've got our eye on it. We've got everybody. Well, there's 20 of us refreshing for the moment that it pops up. Usually they upload everything in batches. They get to the stack from that court's filings and a bunch of them appear. But this is not posted yet. Kansas Sunshine, congratulations, you got a boyfriend. Ooh. Kansas and somebody, I don't know who, sitting in a tree. KIS. I'm just kidding. I don't know. That is awesome. I don't know the rest of the song. Oh yes, I do. It's amazing that it comes back to me from when I was a child. Congratulations on the little the romance. Let's see. Lydia, happy birthday. She's a little addict. She will rewatch the song when she's home from school. Lindsay, that's awesome. Lydia, I don't know how old you are, but you're in school, and that's good. That's what you're doing. What you're supposed to do. I am sorry, Lydia, that you have to go to school on your birthday. If I were the king, well, first of all, we don't have kings, which you probably know about in school already. But if I were the king,
it's me in Kansas.
Hold on one second, Donnie. If I were the king, Lydia, I would make it a law that you didn't have to go to your school on birthday, and you would get the whole day off and ice cream all day long. But have a happy birthday, Lydia. Sorry, hey Donnie.
Yeah, no, it's me. It's me in Kansas. Yeah, we met up through your chat.
Oh,
speaking.
Oh, you're saying that you and Kansas are a thing. I'm not sure if Kansas. I'm not sure if Kansas Sunshine DJ is aware that it's you.
She has to be. You're on the phone till 4 or 5 hours, 3 in the morning.
Donnie.
And it's not that hard, to be honest with you, because you do have quite a bit of pretty young ladies in the YouTube chat there. So it's. I'm a hot guy.
Yeah, there's that. There's that.
Karen, on the other hand,
you're in trouble already.
Have a good day. I want you to have a good weekend. Do it and do it hard. Sarah Boone.
Okay, there you go, Donnie. Good morning. Good to hear you. First thing in the morning. All right, Kansas. I'm pretty sure that was not entirely factual when it comes to Donnie's part of that story. Judge Simpson is live. He's with his docket, his landlord-tenant docket, which sometimes can be a little hard to watch because you got people basically being kicked out of their house. But sometimes you get just some real weirdos in there. And by weirdos, I mean weird cases. That's just I cannot believe I'm hearing what I'm hearing. I don't mean people that are weirdos. I mean cases that are weird. Let's see. Recovery Addict can add matchmaker to his extensive resume. Do you think we could trick Rob into reading the docs? No. And let me tell you why. Because Rob preps for his shows. He never wings it. Rob is he does his research. He studies it. He reads ahead of time. He's a lawyer. He doesn't go into anything unprepared. Me, on the other hand, that's a different story. Did he miss anything on the Boone updates? Not yet, other than the judge is late. He said he'd have it filed by yesterday. My phone is going nuts. Oh, it's my mod chat, which I need to mute. Sorry. Let's see. Order granting. Boom, we got something. Order granting. Just barely came in. Order granting defendant's motion for a right to hair, cosmetics, and civilian clothing without restraints for trial sent to dockets. Without any pages. So we're waiting for the placeholders there, but that's it. So it grants the motion. But hair, cosmetics, and civilian clothing, the jail already said no on that. The jail's like, no, because she might have like drugs in the makeup on her face that then she can scrape off and sell or use in jail. It was something weird like that. It was really really? I mean, I guess technically it's possible, but you really think that they're in court, her lawyers are going to bring medicated, infused makeup to put on her face that then she can take back to the jail? That was such a stretch. Clearly, whoever thought that up has never used makeup. I mean, it was a guy out there who has never had a stitch of eyeliner, rouge, foundation, lipstick, anything ever come near his face, probably even from on someone else's face. This guy probably has never been in a relationship to understand what makeup is and how it works. But he made this rule because, safety. Let's see. Just get a hold of some unopened Avon or Mary Kay samples.
People do not get to have it their way.
Makeup is considered contraband. I can see why a makeup kit or things that have little powder and chemicals and things. I can see why you shouldn't have that in jail. But literally putting on in front of the judge. Can you imagine just the amount of sheer ballsiness that would take to bring in, like, I don't know, what would be mixed, like cocaine powder blush? Is that a thing? It's like, here, we'll just put some right here. And remember, when you're all done with this, get back to the jail, get a little piece of paper and scrape that off, and then you could do your line. No, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. But at the same time, I don't want glamour shots with Sarah to be the theme of the show all throughout the trial. But anyway. All right. Let's see. Where are we? I don't know why we got sidetracked on this. Let's go. Let's see if we can. I want to see that order granting. I want to see what it says, because literally the jail said no and the judge said yes. Let's take a look at Simpson briefly. Is there something else I have to do? Did I have Mountain Dew? No, I didn't. I had some ice cream for breakfast. Don't at me, okay? I had a little bit of ice cream. I have not, even though I bought the single serving size, which is half gallon, I have stretched this into at least 3 servings. I've just,
shame on you, sir.
I've had a little bit here and a little bit there. Mostly it was a little last night and a little for breakfast. So I'm having a bit of a sugar rush, and it's the Blue Bunny. I think it's Blue Bunny, Bluebell. I can never remember what it is. All I know is it is my favorite flavor of ice cream, which is the cookie two-step.
How does he do that?
That is good stuff. Let's see. Look up Owen's Bar Florida license. It's he hasn't paid his dues. It's like he hasn't paid his union fees. But he'll pay it, and it'll be a fine, and they'll be like, oh, no problem. There's a $20 late fee. You're good.
I'm not a camel.
Let's see. Thanks to Recovery Addict last night. I'm green again. Much love to RA and Weather Watch. Kimby, I'm so glad you made it to the podcast. That was a lot of fun. We had a blast, and those who were there know why. But let's see. All right. This is a message. What is
Scratch
causing
all that.
this?
Oh, that was terrible. I apologize.
I don't know why it does that. This is a message. I need to find what's triggering that and fix it. Cookie two-step. Laura. First of all, I am sorry, Laura, that you don't have cookie two-step ice cream available to you readily. I'm sure you could get it flown in on a special chartered jet with a dry ice packed container, but it would cost about the same as a house. So cookie two-step is ice cream that has cookies and cream blended, like mixed together in equal portions to chocolate chip cookie dough.
Shame on you, sir.
So you have cookie dough and cookies and cream mixed together, and it's a vanilla type base. So it's a white base with basically like Oreos blended in and little bits of chocolate chip cookie dough. Oh, it's Bluebell. Bluebell. Okay.
If they didn't, I would lose my mind.
Sounds fattening. No, it's not, because you eat it with a spoon, and the effort taken to just scoop it out and eat it burns the calories. I have this on good authority that as long as you eat it with a spoon, you're good. Bluebell's top shelf. It is. It's spendy. It's spendy ice cream. I think it cost more I think it costs about double for the half gallon what it cost me to get a gallon of just regular vanilla for the kids. Thoughts on Ben & Jerry's? Pickles, not politics. That's my thoughts on that one. I can't talk about that one. We have Bluebell. I must find the ice cream. It's a blue container. Like it's blue. It's blue with a gold ring on top. That's the color scheme. And look for cookie two-step. As opposed to what? Drinking it. Yes, that would be frowned upon. Drinking it is where you get all the calories. If you melt it down and drink it. So never do that with ice cream. All right. Let's see. See my question above. Paula Mack, what was your question?
Correct?
Let's see. I still want to know if the kids really like vanilla ice cream while you get cookie two-step. They didn't this morning, Paula Mack. They were quite offended this morning as I gave some to Mrs. R.A. and I had some myself, and they did not get any. But we are still saving. We have the root beer chilling in the fridge. We've got the ice cream in the freezer for them. They're going to get root beer floats, and they're going to like them. Trust me. All right. I was going to do a roll call, and I think we can still do it. Here's what we're going to do. Let me explain the rules for how roll call works. I'm going to say there's like a certain point where I'm going to basically say, okay, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to do my best to say everyone's name. But here we'll have to stop if people don't follow the rules. You can only put your name in there one time. You can only type something one time. Because as people think that they've missed their name or I've missed them, they type it again. They just don't realize I haven't gotten to it yet. So we're going to try to do a quick roll call because it's Friday, and then we're going to jump over to probably Judge Simpson or Middleton. I'm not sure which yet. While we continue to watch for Orange County for the docs on the judge's part, because those should be here any moment. I mean, we should have a copy of that. All right, so Northwest is going to start it right here with roll call. Here we go. Good morning, Northwest, Green-Eyed Cat, Terry R, Sherry Smith, Jamie, sorry, wrong order, Jenny R, 13, Bail Jumper, Teresa, good morning, Holly Mack is here, Lori Jean, good morning, Adrielle Hillis, hello, my friend, Lara, hi from Ireland, Court is here, Krista Johnson, Cher Bear, good morning, it's my hubby's birthday, happy birthday, Cher Bear's hubby. That is an awesome day to celebrate, and I'm already way behind. Hilda B, good morning. Katia Pickerel, good morning to you as well. Weebug, good to have you here. Missed you. Charlene O'Donnell, thank you. Kathleen Bilodeau, I think it's Bilodeau. My French is coming back to me slowly. Good morning, Kathy. Debbie Tankersley, hello. Mallory Brooks, hi to you as well. Corey is present and accounted for. Denise Feldman-Ersland, hello with the emojis. Thank you. Dr. On Call is here. Paula Max says, one time. Mathis, our internet owner for the day. Good morning, Mathis. Good to have you connected from Germany. Amy Flo is here. Special K, Sienna's Baca. Dreama Landry, hello. John Cook is here. Britta Aller, let's see, Lisa Kvina, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Lisa. I got your first name right. I know that. Second name, not so sure. Debbie Blair is here. Jamie, hello, good morning. No Drama Mama is here. Sidebar and Chill is in the house. Rianne K, hello. Kelly, hello. And Miller. Lizzie Yordi is here. Hello, Lizzie. Angela is here for roll call as well. Cheryl C. Andrew, I see you. Got you on the list. Golden Girl, hello. Welcome. Love that Orange Courthouse by your name, Golden Girl. Gloria Marseg? Gloria Marseglia. Okay, I got you. You have an abbreviation for your name. Welcome, Gloria. Love that. Lego My Briefs is here. Red Pan with the oven mitts is in the house. Jen Devica is here as well. Weegob, shush it e. I never know how to say that, Weegob. Weegob Shite is in the house. Zoe's here. Karen Dietrich, good morning. Melissa Webb is here as well. Just Minx, hi, RA. I'm a little out of practice. I'm a little rusty on the roll call. Just Minx, but you're here. I've got you down. Morgan LaRusick is here. Selena K. Lonnie H, Sandy House, C. Taylor, Kelly Rose. I got those two backwards, but we have you down. Gypsy Moon, hello, good morning. In through the outdoors here, says Randy. That's my name, by the way. That's what they call me. My friends call me Randy, but I called you in through the outdoor. Hopefully you don't take offense. You can be my friend. I will be your friend. I'll call you Randy from now on. Amanda Brown, welcome. Gracie. Hello, Gracie. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. October is here. Whisker Wonders. I love that. Oh, you got a cat and a dog. Okay, that makes sense. Whisker Wonders. I was thinking, it was first time I read it, I thought it might have to do with whiskey. Petrified is here. Hello, welcome. Gracefully Broken Mom, hello. Good morning to you. Kay Scarpetta, Secret Smiler, good morning all. Shell E. Joe, hello, hello. Mama of Three is here. KRH in the house. Candace Hoff says, roll call. Present and accounted for. Regina Crawford, hello. Take a deep breath. Delina Foster is here. Corey Herrera. Zafiro 43. Vic Stefani is here. I like that name, Stefani. Wasn't there like a singer? There's like Gwen Stefani, right? Isn't that a singer from No Doubt? Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. That girl, isn't that a Stefani? I'm pretty sure that's Stefani. I'm so far behind. I'm sorry. I'm falling behind. Libby is here. Beth, good morning. Dreama. That's your second time. Crunchy Frog, I see you. Sid is here. Yo Mama from Ontario, Canada. Good morning. Cherie, Robbie Dobby is here. Richard Chambers, Amber is in the house. Clipson's Vixen, one of our favorite mods. One of our favorite. All our mods are favorite, so she's one of our favorites. Janie J is here for a roll call. Ashley, Myron Sanchez, Celestial Force, hi from Minnesota, I believe. MN is Minnesota. I'm pretty sure I know my abbreviations. Amy Flo, hello. Graminator, good morning. Zimmy in the house. Rick Grover, Britt Bottoms, Unholy Saint 88, Rachel Brandenburg. Dr. Rachel is here. Dr. Rachel, now we can have our medical emergencies because we have a doctor in the house. Thank you, Dr. Rachel. I love that. I need to know what you're a doctor of. I don't need to, but I'm curious. Tisha S., good morning. Tash, good morning from New York. Helena Handbasket is here. Tori Donald Zoni, hi from Scotland. Tori, hello to Scotland. Say hello to all my friends over there. You're all my friends. I love Scotland. Jive64 Taylor is here. This is normally where we get in trouble, by the way. This is normally where somebody slides in a name that I shouldn't say, and I rapid fire say it. I think that's why we sort of went away for this. Cachette, hello, another one of our favorite mods. Betsy Jean is here. Melissa Melissa. I'm going to try this one. Preslicki. I didn't get that right, but please forgive me. Schmoopy is present as well. Birdie B for roll call, sidebar and chill. That's two for you as well. Next one's a demerit. Carrie H. Hello. Kimmy is here. Kimbers, Ohio. Hello. Stephanie Barnes, Unholy Saint. We got you twice as well. Sarah Sherwood, I Rescue Dogs is here. Cachette. She was saying hello to someone else. We'll give her a pass. Weeshy Hayes. Weeshy Hayes. Good morning. Created by EJF. Hello. Bail Jumper Teresa. This is my very first roll call ever. She's like, I'm so excited. I am as well. Stephanie's here. Kristen PSB, good morning. Lazy Puppy Power. Lazy Puppy Power, I love that name. And it works very well with your profile picture. Good morning to you as well. And say hello to the pup. Lindsay Hendricks is here. In through the outdoor. Got you twice. Ray Mantle. Melissa Phillison. Natalie Ski RN. Natalie from Maine. I think RN means registered nurse. I'm putting it out there. You like to ski, you're from Maine, and you're a registered nurse. This is what I know about you already. This is like gathering big data on somebody. But love it. And you like chipmunks. So we're practically best friends now, Natalie. Thank you so much for being here. Texas Nana, roll call. She's here. Natalie O, hello. Kansas Sunshine DJ, congratulations. The name is Fritz. It's not Donnie, it's Fritz. I believe Fritz is the boyfriend. Peter Steele is here, late but present. Helena Handbasket got you twice as well. John Link is here. Melissa Prezekli, I got you twice. In through the outdoor. Oh, see, now we're getting doubles. Polly 2178 is here. Lisa Pye, Sherry Smith, Carol, Mama 09, Engel, TK in the house. Kimberly, hello. Donald King is here. D Nice is here. Marciana and Rutherford. Celestial Force, I think we got you twice. I'm not sure. Eileen Thurling, be generous with your children as they get to pick your care home, says Eileen. This is like one of those bits of advice that you give newlyweds, right? You know, you've all been to the weddings where you have, like, there's a big jar and there's a little notepad with pens. And you're like, leave some advice for the newlyweds. And you do it anonymously because that way you get the good stuff, right? Nobody wants to put their name next to some of the advice they give. But the best advice I got, I think it was at our reception. I've been to a lot of weddings, so I'm not sure if I got this somewhere else. I saw this somewhere else or at our reception was basically like tonight when you go to bed, okay, and I'm like, oh yeah, where's this going? It says, choose the side of the bed wisely because that's the side you'll have for the rest of your life. Once you choose the side of the bed, that's it. That's your side. Paula Youngs, good morning. Kansas Sunshine GJ, we're here for roll call. Stephanie is here. Kimmy, hello. Ms. Nikki Chicky, hello. Florida Sun Life. Cleo, hello. Emily Tarrant is present. Jojo Elliott, Mike W. says morning. Hannah Palmer, Miss McGuire says good morning to you. Lindsay Bay, hello, present and accounted for. We can cancel the search party. You are here. Wonderful. Melissa Preslecki, I messed that up, but you already got one shot, so I tried. In Through the Outdoor, I think that's 3 for you. Mindful Crafts by Donna, hello. Kathy Hamilton, Michael M., Susan B. Womack, hello. Shore Life Creations, Pauline Phillips, Natalie O., I think we got you twice as well. Warrior Queen, Bianca Simmons, good morning. Christine, good morning. Tomorrow is my 60th birthday. Christine, happy birthday tomorrow. I don't remember, did we sing to you in the birthday song? If not, happy birthday, Christine. That's all we have time for right now because we're in the middle of roll call. But happy birthday. Hope you have a wonderful one. And 60 years young. That is awesome. What are you going to do with the rest of your life when you grow up? Let me know in chat. Ann Shatner is here. Mindy FS, good morning. Stephanie Bueller says, Bueller, love this. Reverend Beasy is here. Reverend, I don't know where we're going to put the zebra. I think he's not going to be on my boom mic anymore. Right now, zebra is on... and Reverend Beasy sent me an emotional support zebra. And right now he's being held in the offhand, which is the sword hand. I guess is the on hand of Lady Liberty. So we're not sure where he's going to reside full time. But no, he is safe and close by. Let's see. Sandy House is here. Shelly Joe, happy Friday. Let's see. Did I just swear on live stream? Where? Did I say a bad name? Did somebody trick me? I've been good. I have not said. What did I say? Ricky C. Ann Shatcher is here. Teresa Marie, Myron Sanchez, Paul Sutton. Good evening to you. Good morning from here. VT Hokie Gal is here. Go Hokies. Hannah is here. Isn't it football season right now? I watched some really good football, like last week. I listened to some good football. I think it was last week. And I grew up listening to football because we did not have a TV growing up. 10 kids, no TV in the house. And I grew up listening and envisioning football happening. I still love listening to football, even though you can watch it in 4K. Paula Sutton is coming in late, but he's here. Chris McNutt, New York, is here. Lois, hello. Good to see you, Lois. Hopefully you got connected with Jules. Thanks for helping or letting me know I can help out with that. Stacy Ray, thank you. Ryvan Cap. Lois, by the way, is going to be at Sarah Boone. Lois is going to be at Sarah Boone next week. We've got Trial TV Live, Brandy, Lois, Jules, Peter Tragos, and a handful of other people. It's going to be like a meet and greet. It's going to be awesome. Josh Hutchins in the house, one of our great mods, newest mod, but thank you very much, Josh. He's really he's showing that just because he's new doesn't mean he doesn't know what to do. Josh is amazing. In Through the Outdoor, hello. Got you 4 times now. Ashley Oakes, Donald King, hi. Groovy Cheryl, hello. I think I'm burning out. I think I'm burning out because I'm so far behind on the menu, not on the menu, but on the list. Bradley McKay, I got you here, lurking and lost. Me, that's so cool. All right, Red Pen is here. Renee, hope you don't make your spouse angry in their dream. 10-page order coming on motion to suppress for Sarah Boone. I see it. Order denying. Thank you very much for this update, Judy. I see we're waiting for the documents to actually load. They put the placeholder in place, and this is the title. It says, this is for Sarah Boone. Defendant's motion to suppress defendant's statements at the sheriff's office on defendant's amended motion to suppress defendant's statements at the sheriff's office and defendant's second amended motion to suppress defendant's statements at the sheriff's office. Basically, all three of them are denied. The judge is going to say, no, that everything you said to the police, that's coming in. True Crime Hockey Mom, happy Friday. Happy 8 months. It wouldn't be the same without you. Welcome. From Connecticut. Hello. Schmoopy is here. Lady Justice, not Liberty. But can't we interchange those names? Because doesn't justice sometimes set you free? I know Lady Liberty is the Statue of Liberty. Shite was the bad word. I might have said that one. Tipsy Tracy, hello. Did I get everybody? No, I did not. Reverend Beasy retracts former statement, proof of life well and truly achieved. Thank you. Weather Watch is here saying, morning peeps. Weather Watch, Thomas, thank you for the amazing podcast last night. I had a lot of fun. And I needed that. It was the highlight of my week. I need a screenshot of the Justice with emotional support zebra, says Green Eyed Cats. That's awesome. Let's do you one better and let's go camera one full screen, right? Does that work? If I hold really still and look at the camera even and smile like it's one of those cheesy family photos? Okay, there we go. I still need to figure out what tech I need to get rid of off my desk so I can make room for Lady Justice on the desk. So behind in chat, the Sarah Boone order dropped. Okay. Right, the order granting. Thank you very much. All right, we have to stop the roll call. We used to be able to do that when it was a smaller group in the morning. You know, when we had 150 people or something to start and it slowly grew, it was a little bit easier. But let me just say, welcome to all those. I would have to say 730 names. I think I got close to 200. Like in my head, I think I got about 200 of you, which is, you know, a failing grade in most classes, but I'm going to count that as a win. All right, where are we? We have Sarah Boone docs. This is the order granting. This is the one that was probably most important to read because the other one's just a denial. What they grant, that's going to be important because this has to do with her makeup. It has to do with her appearance in court, how the jury will see her. So let's see if we can bring this up on the screen and see where this is at. All right, view. Yeah, I think we're good. Order on defendant's motion for a right to hair, cosmetics, and civilian clothing without restraints for trial. This cause came before the court on October 2nd on the defendant's motion for a right to hair, cosmetics, and civilian clothing without restraints for trial. Having considered the arguments offered by counsel for state and having considered the arguments offered by counsel for defendant, the find as follows. The court provided an ora tennis ruling, verbal, on October 3rd regarding defendants appearing in civilian clothing for trial and defendant's access to cosmetics and hair styling throughout the trial. The court reserved ruling on defendant appearing before the jury free from physical restraints. In deciding whether to physically restrain a defendant and what method to use, the court must balance its obligation to maintain courtroom safety against the risk that security measures may impair the defendant's presumption of innocence. A court may order physical restraints only if it is found to be necessary to maintain the security of the courtroom. Before ordering a defendant shackled at trial, the trial court must make a case-specific and individualized assessment that considers the defendant's criminal history, the name and the nature of the pending charges, with special attention to whether either involved violent acts, whether the defendant has disrupted criminal proceedings in the past, whether the defendant has engaged in any threatening behavior. There was no evidence that the defendant has any criminal history. The defendant is charged by way of information filed 3/23/2020 with a single count of second-degree murder. There was no evidence the defendant has disrupted criminal proceedings in the past or been a contumacious, what a big word for early in the morning, defendant during court proceedings. See Darford versus State. There was no evidence the defendant was engaged in any threatening behavior. Orders and judges as follows. The motion is hereby granted. Defendant's shackles and handcuffs be removed during trial proceedings. Done and ordered. This is interesting. The motion granted. He wrote this really fast. He wrote this fast because the motion literally included the request for makeup. And he just says the motion is granted. But he doesn't address the makeup, which he actually, it should say in here, the motion is granted in part and denied in part. Because it was a split. It was a split result. But apparently hair is good. So we might see curls. I'm thinking Sarah Boone and curls is something that happened. You know, you could get like portable battery operated curling irons, right? I think that's a possibility. Let's see. 80s. I misspoke so badly in that conversation last night. The title is about my wife. In case anyone, it's about my wife. This is, the title of that file is about my wife. It's not about whoever the lady is and her dog. No, my wife's the one that's sexy. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Let's see. I'm thinking, Farrah Fawcett wings, says Jen Jen Pokey, for the hairstyle. I was hoping for maybe a Princess Leia look. I think that goes a long way towards innocence. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Weatherwatch. I kept digging myself in deep. I was not trying to. I thought I was like trying to answer the question. I should have just not brought it up. All right. Let's see. So one document is in. Let me check the other one and see if that is going to show up as well. Let's see. The 10 pages is still loading. Detectives, I think they said no at the courthouse. That no makeup, because they can't have that going into the courtroom, and there's not like a makeup removal station at intake for the jail. Maybe you should get a Shore Life. Don't they have like those pin-on? It's like a wig, but they're like pin-on Princess Leia things. Or you can get the one that's like the band, where that's more of a kid version for Halloween. But you know, Halloween, it's just around the corner. We're practically going to have a Halloween verdict in this one, I think. So yeah, I believe it's no makeup because of the bailiff. Corrections said no. Video evidence is in, Ann. Video evidence is definitely in. That was a must-win for defense. I mean, I would say if they wanted any chance at if they were having a jury who just knew nothing about this case, they needed to win that, because if they won that, there could have possibly been an argument against allowing in the phone, and that would have been even more of a stretch. I mean, it was a huge stretch to say throw out my jailhouse confession, but if they had won that, it would have been easier to argue to get rid of the phone, and it's in. So there's all they can do right now. They're pinning all their hopes on the battered spouse defense, which is going to be a tough one as well, because we have her words to contradict that. Where do you find those documents? Every court has different places. Some you have to pay for, some you don't. But this particular court, if you go to myorangeclerk.com, that means it's not that you have an orange clerk. It's the Orange County, Florida clerk website. And then you can go through the searching for Sarah Boone, pass the I'm Not a Robot test, and open up the right case. And then down in the docket events, you can open up the documents, because Florida is wide open that way. My birthday is the 25th. Can we please have the verdict that day for me? I'm not sure if we can go that long. I think this one's going to be it's going to be a quicker trial than they think. It's not going to take all 3 weeks. Let's see. Green-eyed cat, catch us on the replay. That's all right. You can use honey buns from the commissary as makeup, or like you just stick them to your head, and then ta-da, Princess Leia. Let's see. What if I am a robot? It doesn't matter if you are, but you have to pass the I'm not a robot test to get to the documents. So will Sarah Boone coaching George on past events that the prosecutor talked about also come in, I'm assuming? There is a video on there of her telling someone how to drop charges against her. So that will be coming in. Yes, for sure. Josh Hutchins, thank you, my friend. Just gifted 5 memberships this morning because he's not busy. You know, he's just being an incredible mod and then does this in his spare time. Candace Hoff, K-Pick, Mindful Crafts by Donna, No Drama Mama, and last one, not least, Kelly Evans, all gifted memberships thanks to our amazing mod, Josh. Thank you very much, Josh. Appreciate that. Good Friday gift this morning. Has the jury already been selected? CD Man, it has not. That will start on Monday the 7th. The judges said start on the 7th, have them come back later in the week. I think he means Wednesday. And I wish we knew because we've got people who are trying to travel down there and, you know, book hotels and everything else. We think he means Wednesday. The judge's idea is they want to get a preliminary panel of 50 people to come back on Wednesday. All that's going to happen off camera. As open as Florida is, they don't show their jury selection generally, at least not in this court. And so 50 teed up for 9 a.m., 50 teed up for 1 p.m. That's a lot. That's a lot. That should be... I think they're going to be able to find a jury that can be impartial. Where exactly is the trial? At what city? Lois can probably tell us because you're going to be there. It's in the Orange County Courthouse, I believe. I don't know exactly where. Let's see. Mindful Crafts by Donna, member for 4 months, says, I have my courthouse back. Thank you very much, Josh. So very generous. Candace Hoff also says, Josh, thank you. My membership had just expired. And boom, it's back. Close to Orlando is where it's at. Now, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe there's a storm coming in next week where Florida's expected to get like a foot of rain. And that may cause problems for the trial. We will see. We'll see. Weather Watch coming in with the 20-month member message says, I love being here and all the friends I've met along the way. Weather Watch, you are a huge part of this channel, and a lot of the reason a lot of people here are here. Thank you, my friend. My podcast partner, just amazing moderator, just a true gentleman in every sense of the word, and good friend as well. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas. All right, let's see. Where are we? Let me check for this other document. Allison, 12 months. You hit the year mark. You get the Orange Courthouse. Happy Friday, y'all, she says. That is awesome. Congratulations, Allison. Love the Orange Courthouse. Myron, thanks for the kind words. 14 months for Christine Fortunato. I'm guessing the suitcase will be brought in as evidence. Yes. And the video. And, I mean, the suitcase is going to be like, oh, man, that's, just envisioning that. But the video is terrible. There are two videos, and I believe a still image. Just terrible. I don't believe the suitcase smells. I don't believe so. It would require decomposition to have taken place in the suitcase, which nothing had happened. He was in there for overnight, basically. So it's probably not terrible. Let's see. Brandy's going to be there. Did I miss Brandy? Yes, Brandy Churchwell is going to be there at the trial as well. There are 2 videos. If you remember, one of the videos, the suitcase had like the top side up, and one video had the top side down, which means that at some point the suitcase was flipped between the videos. He was there for 11 hours. Yeah, it was a long time. Candace Hoff, member for 12 months, says, woohoo, I made 12 months and have a new courthouse. Congratulations. The courtroom's going to be packed. It will. A lot of people who show up are not going to get in. You got to be there early, and by early, it probably means earlier than you think. We say that, and then sometimes you show up and you're like, nobody else is here. There's an hour to go. But I believe this one, it has a ton of press interest, and the press can't take all the space. Court will reserve space for the members of the public. but there's a ton of press interest and there's a ton of public interest. And because you've got Brandy Churchwell, you've got the lawyer, you've got Jules, you've got Lois, you've got people that a lot of people have met or know of from different channels that are going to be there. There's going to be a lot of people who go to see those people as well. So it's going to be like a lawyer, meet and greet outside there. The trial's going to be interesting. Yeah. Can't believe it starts next week. Unless the storm gives us a problem. I don't know when the storm's supposed to hit, but many channels will be there. It's a big one. It's one of the big trials. We'll do everything we can to get you the best video. We've got equipment down there. We've got live view. We've got hyperdecks. Go away, storm, says Lois. If only it were so easy. Yeah. There needs to be an equally engaging trial after Sarah Boone. Possibly Banfield out of Virginia, which we're still working on. Actually, need to make a phone call today on Banfield to see if we can get access. TYO Toys is going to be there in the courtroom for Banfield, which if you want a chance to meet Phil, that's your best bet. Let's see. Holly Mac, it's our plan right now to stream the trial from there. I'm not going to be there in person. I'm going to be here, but we have equipment sent down. Some of that really expensive fun equipment we bought over the last couple of years is down there in Florida, ready to go. We've been doing testing and troubleshooting over the past few days at night. That's why I'm a little bit tired. But I think we've got everything worked out so that we can live stream from court. Wish I could go just to meet Peter, Brandy, and Jules. Corey Richens, that will be a good one, but I think that's not till next year. Misty Harris, member for 8 months. Thanks to all the wonderful mods, Scott, and his wonderful community. Thank you, Misty. Appreciate that. Docs are up, says Cherie. Let's read the other document. If we can get this one pulled down. Okay, there's the 10-pager, the order denying. This one's a little bit bigger. Let's see how much of this we can get through. All right. So here's the motion to deny. Order on defendant's motion to suppress defendant's statements at the sheriff's office. This cause came before the court on October 2nd on the motion to suppress statements. And lots of amended versions. The court, having reviewed the motion, having reviewed the response, having reviewed the amended motion, having reviewed the second amended motion, having reviewed the court file, having considered the testimony and evidence offered by the parties, having considered the arguments offered by counsel for the state, and having considered the arguments offered by counsel for defendant, finds as follows. Defendant Sarah Boone is charged, by way of information, with a single count of second-degree murder. On February 24th, defendant called 911 after finding her boyfriend, George Torres, deceased. Deputy Kayla Rodriguez arrived on February 24th and spoke to defendant. And you'll see Stakes Exhibits 1. Detective Coaspel, a homicide detective with the Orange County Sheriff's Office for 6 years experience as a homicide detective and a law enforcement officer since 2013, was the lead investigator of George Torres' death. Detective Coaspel arrived at the scene within 30 minutes to an hour after the deputies arrived, was briefed and performed a walkthrough of the apartment. Thereafter, a search warrant was drafted, so the phone would be legal for all reasons. Detective Coaspel then made contact with the defendant outside the apartment for a few minutes to explain the procedures of the search warrant. The search warrant was executed with CSI. Defendant's cell phone was collected after CSI documented the scene. Detective Coaspel wanted to go through the defendant's cell phone to corroborate the defendant's story, and the defendant signed a consent prior to the interview allowing that. Detective Coaspel did not look at defendant's cell phone, including any videos, prior to the interviews addressed below, as digital forensics did not arrive until approximately 7 p.m. Detective Coaspel then made contact with the defendant's ex-husband, Brian Boone. Thereafter, Detectives Coaspel and Lowen had an interview with the defendant in Detective Coaspel's unmarked Nissan Pathfinder at 5 p.m. Detective Coaspel explained that she wanted to have a conversation with the defendant after walking the apartment. Detective Coaspel testified that she would not have interviewed defendant outside of the unmarked vehicle, had no memory of using the words routine, and that everything was explained on the recording. The word routine is not used by Detective Coaspel in any recording. Detective Coespel explained the purpose of this interview, including defendant's prior conversations with Deputy Rodriguez and Deputy Coespel, and Detective Coespel's desire to get a further understanding of what happened last night and ask the defendant more detailed questions. Thereafter, Detective Coespel began reading Miranda as follows, and I quote, "I'm going to read you your rights, but it's just but it's just because that's how we do things, okay? So you do have the right to remain silent, okay? Do you understand that?" Yes. "Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me? No. Do you understand what I just read you? Yes." Thereafter, Detective Coespel interviewed defendant again after the initial digital recorder's memory was full. A second separate recording was initiated. Detective Coespel confirmed with defendant that no additional communications occurred prior to the second separate recording, and Detective Coespel inquired of the defendant prior to asking any other questions. "Do you understand that you don't have to speak to me if you don't want to, correct?" To which the defendant responded, "Yes." After concluding the interviews but before leaving, the detective had conversations with the defendant I think there's a typo in here. After concluding the interviews, but before leaving, Detective Coespel had conversations with defendant about coming to OSCO the next day to address the pending autopsy, and that Detective Coespel would have more questions. Detective Coespel did not recall speaking about defendant's cell phone, but had defendant asked about getting the cell phone back, she would not have given a specific time frame for returning the cell phone. Detective Coespel had no memory of receiving a call from the defendant on the evening of February 24th. Defendant's testimony largely agreed with Detective Coespel's testimony, including the timeline of calling 911, speaking with Deputy Kayla Rodriguez, and speaking with Detective Coespel. As to the February 24th interview, defendant confirmed that Detective Coespel explained that general questions would be asked. Defendant confirmed that she stayed on the scene 10 plus hours while the investigation was performed. Misty Harris, thank you very much. Thanks. Congratulations on the 8 months. I'm not sure if I got this before, but I wanted to say that. Interrogation is, this is in like Flynn, Mr. Upper Torso. Let's see. 10 hours. Defendant's own testimony was that she was under the influence of alcohol from the night before at approximately 1 p.m. the next day. However, there was nothing evidencing defendant being intoxicated or under the influence of alcohol when clearly speaking and interacting with Deputy Kayla Rodriguez. Defendant's statement of making a call to Detective Coespel, is it Coespel or Coespel? Between 9:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. on February 24th from her ex-husband does not line up with the defendant's own timeline of staying at the scene 10 plus hours, which began at approximately 1 p.m. The court finds this statement lacks credibility. Defendant claimed that before they left the scene, Detective Coespel or Lowen would return the defendant's cell phone to the apartment. On February 25th, defendant claims the defendant and detective had a discussion regarding the pickup of the defendant's cell phone, specifically that due to Detective Coespel's pregnancy, defendant needed to come down to the OCSO to pick up the phone. Defendant's sole reason for traveling to the sheriff's office was to pick up the cell phone. The court finds defendant's statement regarding picking up the cell phone also lacks credibility. On February 25th, after Detective Coespel reviewed some of the extraction of the defendant's cell phone by digital forensics and attended the autopsy, detective requested defendant come to the sheriff's office. The detective did not want to approach defendant in front of her child at her ex-husband's home. Defendant's worry and concern about her son was addressed with Deputy Rodriguez. The state and defense agree that February 25th, the interview was custodial. The pith, I love this use of the word. The pith is a biology term. It's the center of a tree, like the middle, the very center. If you were to cut all the rings, the middle bit, that's the pith, right? The center. The pith of the defendant's argument is contained in this exchange during the beginning of the February 25th. Detective says, "Just let us know if at any time you need water, okay? I'm going to have you sit in the green chair. I appreciate you coming in." My neck hurts. Now it hurts more. Defendant says, "Yes, ma'am, I want to ask about these when we have a moment," referring to her prepared written questions. She says, "Sure, so obviously he received his autopsy. I'm going to read your rights again because we have to talk about that. And since I'm talking about the incident, we just have to do it, just like we did yesterday." Defendant says, normal protocol. She says, just like we did yesterday. Remember I read you the rights? She says, yeah, yep, I remember. Yeah, that's the exact same thing, but since I'm asking you follow-up questions, I need to read them to you again. She says, sure. And then she says this. All right, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me? And she says, no. She has been Mirandized. Ayden says, hey, friends, hope everyone has a great weekend. Finally, a day away from the mill to enjoy the Friday fall vibe that has ascended on us. Promise I'll be around more as the weather gets worse here. Love y'all. Ayden, stay safe at the mill. Have a good time. Let's see. Detective says, and you do understand what I just read to you? Defendant says, yes. Now we have exhibits. I'm not going to read all of this. Whether the Miranda warning was sufficient. This is the case law regarding this. Saying the Fifth Amendment, Article 1, Section 9 of the Florida Constitution both provide for a right against self-incrimination. The self-incrimination clause of Article 1, Section 9 of Florida requires that prior to custodial interrogation in Florida, suspects may be told that they have a right to remain silent, that anything they say will be used against them in court, that they have a right to a lawyer's help, and that if they cannot pay for a lawyer, one will be appointed to help them. Those are the four required by Florida. Both the Florida Supreme Court and United States Court have said that there's not a talismanic incantation required. Wow, talismanic incantation. Hey Siri, define talismanic incantation.
Incantation, the speaking or singing of words that are thought to have, by the mere fact of being said, power to work magic and produce the results desired. This is from encyclopedia.com.
Hey Siri, define talismanic.
Talismanic means relating to or of the nature of a talisman or talismans.
That is the worst definition ever. Yeah, it's like secret words, a magic saying where if you put the words together in order, then a leprechaun will appear or something. He says there's no magic phrase required to ensure that Miranda warnings are sufficiently conveyed. A court does not examine a Miranda warning as if construing a will or defining the terms of an easement. Okay, the inquiry is simply whether the warnings reasonably convey to a suspect his rights as required by Miranda. The crucial test for determining whether police give a proper warning is whether the words used in the context used, considering the age, background, and intelligence of the individual being interrogated, impart a clear, understandable warning of all his rights. The Miranda warning provided by law enforcement to defendant at the beginning of the February interview is sufficient under both federal law and state law. Let's see. Miranda warning given to defendant on the instant case is identical to the exemplary Miranda warning identified in Owens. So basically it mirrors what happened in the case law. As such, Miranda warning given to defendant in the instant case was sufficient. Whether the defendant's statements on February were coerced. To establish that a statement is voluntary, there must be a finding of to establish that a statement is involuntary, meaning forced. How many of your series give you that same definition? To establish that a statement is involuntary, there must be a finding of coercive police conduct. Them lying to you is not coercive. Generally, to determine whether a confession is involuntary or coerced, a court must examine the totality of the circumstances surrounding it. When voluntariness of a confession is in dispute, it is the state's burden to prove voluntariness by a preponderance of the evidence. There were no misrepresentations of the law regarding any defense, no quid pro quo, no directly, specifically made promises, no overt act or threat of force against the defendant was proved or claimed, no fear of material or physical harm, no hope of material reward, no indication that defendant was a newcomer to the law based on the 2 times Miranda warnings were provided between February 24th and February 25th, no indication that defendant was mentally deficient, especially considering the verbiage she used, no threats, delusions, deceptions, or promises, and defendant was offered water and breaks. Basically, every possible case law that exists to show that there was coercion did not happen here. Nothing applies. This was not a coerced statement. There were no false statements made by law enforcement in order to coerce defendant into go to the sheriff's office. on the 25th. Under the totality of the circumstances, the defendant's statements were not coerced. Whether the defendant's statements were voluntarily made, though, this is another section, Part 3. A statement is not compelled when the meaning of the state or federal law if an individual voluntarily, knowingly, and intelligently waives his constitutional privilege. That's Miranda. The state must prove by a preponderance of evidence that the defendant's Miranda rights were waived. We've got that on video. To constitute a voluntary waiver, the state must show the waiver was the result of free choice on the part of the defendant and not the product of intimidation, coercion, or deception. The waiver was made with a full awareness of the nature of the right being abandoned and the consequences of the abandonment. Only if the totality of the circumstances surrounding the interrogation reveals both an uncoerced choice and the requisite level of comprehension may the court properly conclude that Miranda rights have been waived. Factors relevant to consider include the manner in which the Miranda rights were administered, including any cajoling or trickery, the suspect's age, experience, and background, and intelligence. Unfortunately, she thinks she's really high on that chart, so that counts against her. The fact that the questioning took place in the station house, and the fact that interrogators did not secure a written waiver of the Miranda rights at the outset. The Miranda rights were administered in a normal tone and cadence. There was no rushed or urgent speech. They talked slower than I am. There was no delay in the administration of the defendant's Miranda rights. The recorded February 25th interview reflects the defendant understood and acknowledged that she understood her rights. The defendant acknowledged that she understood her rights. Evidence supported the conclusion that, that's a case law. The court reincorporates its findings, U and V, herein, and further show no cajoling or trickery. Defendant was 42 years old at the time she made the statements and appears to be of normal intelligence. I'm sorry, but that seems like a little bit of a jab. She appears to be of normal intelligence. The February 25th interview did take place at the sheriff's office and no written waiver was secured. Under the totality of the circumstances, the defendant's statements were made with a voluntary, knowing, and intelligent waiver, and this waiver was a result of a free choice on the part of the defendant and was not the product of intimidation, coercion, or deception, and the waiver was made with a full awareness of the nature of the right being abandoned. She was told, you have this right. If you waive this right, anything you say or do can be used against you. This is the consequence. Do you want to waive your right? She says yes. The motion and the amended motion are hereby denied, done and ordered. Chambers at Orlando, Orange County, Florida, this 3rd day of October. Oh, look at that timestamp. I'm sorry, he said he'd have this done by the end of day. 7:15 p.m. he got this one in. No later than end of day. Judge lied to us a little bit. No, just kidding. He's a busy man. And he was working on a holiday. Guys, you got to give him a little bit of slack. Those are 2 new Sarah Boone dockets. Let me do one more refresh and see if there's anything else that might, for some reason, have posted on her docket. Search Sarah Boone. That's it. That's all. That's all that came in. All right. Sarah's what they call Florida normal. Did the judge type his own order? He may have, because it's a court holiday, but he was going to be there. I don't think his assistant was going to work there. All right, let's see where we are. Let's do a quick jump around. Let's go to Judge Cedric Simpson. See what's happening here. Alina Sanborn, she's got her documents. She brought all her receipts. Rodney Huddleston is here and present. Nice hoodie. I love the strings for that hoodie. The big fat shoelace thing. Robert Blackman is here as well. Judge is not. Alina is practicing her speech. Statements and video are in, and both of them are in. That's the takeaway from Sarah Boone documents. She gets to dress up and do her hair in court. Oh, the judge is on a Microsoft. Oh, he's showing us pretrial stuff. We're gonna skip. Yeah, that's why we're gonna skip it, because it's terrible audio. Instead, we'll jump over. Let's see if we can find Let's see if Judge Wolf is live yet. He is not. Let's see Middleton. Middleton is. Let's jump to Middleton. Here we go.
Quincy Washington might have a better chance of getting his license back if he paid. Quincy Washington might have a better chance of.
Sorry, there we go.
Getting his license back if he paid off all of his unpaid fines and costs.
Super loud. Zimmy gifted a membership. Thank you, Zimmy. That went to Nursey Dog Mom. Congratulations. Baby Bear. Holy cow. What? When does that happen? Send me the details on the burner phone. That is terrible. Please tell me the baby's okay and in custody somewhere else. Ivy Brilliant just applied. Ivy, did you answer the questions?
Cindy DeWitt?
We're really strict because some people apply under somebody else's name.
Well, it says here DeWitt. But,
yeah, I knew they were going to call me up. You told me that years ago, Your Honor. Thank you. I want to apologize for keep dropping my coin back there.
You got your coin with you?
Yeah, I'm 13 years, a couple months alcohol free.
Good for you.
I carry it daily.
Well, people give them to me. I got multiple ones. I have a little treasure chest.
So do I.
This is a 1, 2, and a 3.
So you're 3 years sober?
No.
Your Honor?
No.
He's like, no.
People have given them to me as a gift.
I thought maybe you took them when they violated.
You can't have mine. I gave them to my brother.
I'm not asking for it. All right, you're charged with assault and battery, 2 counts. Same thing. You're asking for a final pretrial in this matter.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Michael passed in 23.
No, can I speak freely for a moment?
Well, you don't.
There's a little bit of that tied up in this mess.
All right.
Michael passed in March of 2024. My father passed in 2023.
All right. Michael used to handle landlord-tenant cases for the park, and he did a pretty good job for a guy with a high school education and no law degree. But I always liked dealing with him. But you're good to go, and I will see you at a final pretrial on a Thursday afternoon.
All right.
All right.
I'm running the mobile home park at this time.
All right. Well, I haven't seen you, so that must be everything's going great. There were always lots of problems out there.
There's only 10 trailers left. We cleaned up the mess.
Absentee owners, too. All right. You're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we'll talk. I'll send you a
People versus Lori Ann Demore.
Here comes Lori Ann Demore. Claudia, welcome to the gallery. Good to have you back in green. Thank you so much for your support. Appellate courts aren't live very often. They don't work as much as regular judges.
This is file number 241517, People versus Lori Ann Demore. That's you.
Yes.
I met you at your arraignment. The officer charged this as impaired driving, which is very uncommon. So they charge it as the lesser charge of operating while intoxicated. At the bottom, it says OWI first. The problem is when they charge it already as impaired, there's nowhere to go with it. So we're gonna have a last pretrial in this case?
Yes, Mr. Moore has a matter in Kalamazoo pending transfer of supervision to this county. And I believe it'd be prudent to get that down here and make sure everything's all with you before entering a plea.
Is this a sobriety court kind of case?
It may be, yeah.
What was the BAC here?
I believe it was like 0.2.
And they wrote it impaired.
That's too high.
All right, I'll put possible sobriety court. Mr. Moore, do you still live on Lincoln Street?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this needs some more exploration. So you're on probation in Kalamazoo. I'll just leave it at that. If you were on probation and you got this charge, this may be a case that might be appropriate for a sobriety court, which is me. I call it pulling drowning people out of the water and pulling them up into the boat. You heard Mr. Washington earlier today. He's been sober since 2008. He keeps driving, but he's been sober. All right, we'll sort this out, but we'll set it for a pretrial on a Thursday afternoon, and I don't yet know the date, but I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
All right, stay in contact with your lawyer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You call me.
Jacob at Michael Nodine, we tried to do a pretrial on this remotely from Elkhart County Jail. Last night he got transferred to the DeKalb County Jail. So we weren't scheduled to do that. That'll have to be reset. Ross, is that the last of your LPTs?
Yes.
All right, let's take our in custody, folks. Let's take roll and see what we've got left. Michael Kurth is a no-show, no valid ops. Mr. Kurth.
Bench warrants.
Has $525 worth of other unpaid tickets. I'm going to do a bench warrant, $500 bond, 48-hour hold. That is file 241583. All right, let's bring in Miss Campbell first, and then we'll do the next one. What's your name, sir?
Mr. Barley is resolving with a civil infraction.
Oh, well, then we can do that then.
Judge has a loose docket. You can just shuffle things around.
Trent Michael Barley. Good morning, Mr. Barley.
Morning. Congratulations, my pal. That is awesome.
I guess that's part of your punishment. You had to sit here all morning and listen to me.
I'm just missing work from this. That's all
right. You're charged with violation of instructional permit. The prosecutor's going to reduce it to impeding traffic. Fine and cost is $100 due in 30 days.
I can make that, Your Honor.
Where are you working?
I'm working basically on the table for a buddy of mine, but I'm able to make the $100 payment. And as far as I know, my guardian, my previous judges I had, she made payments on my fines last night and the night before, one of those two. But the $100,
you got $1,577 of unpaid fines.
I'm in the payment process of that. Like, I'm on disability.
No, I want you to just pay this one.
Okay.
All right, there you go. It's impeding traffic. It doesn't carry any points.
Okay, I'll walk up to
you. Did you not have a valid instructional permit at that time?
I have one.
So you didn't have a license driving in the car with you?
Right.
All right. That they're going to cut you some slack. This will allow you to keep your permit. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Judge.
I do see that the U.S. Court of Appeals D.C. Circuit is about to go live. I'm not sure what they're hearing today, but they have their stream up, ready to go. United States Court of Appeals for D.C. Circuit. That might be interesting to watch.
Good morning, Ms. Campbell.
Good morning.
We took care of a bunch of stuff, but apparently we had a few things left over. Let me take a look at something here for a minute. You've been of the mindset to just get this stuff taken care of. And that's really all we can do is just deal with these one by one. You've been in jail for 16 days, and you've got other stuff to deal with. So here we have a charge of trespass.
Check 1 2 test 1 2. Is that loud enough?
Trespass. There's 4 of them.
Is that a little better? My voice loud enough?
You're going to plead to 2 of them. I don't know why they needed 2 of them. We're going to dismiss 2 of them. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure.
And I tell you, I'm just going to give you 16 days in jail. Credit 16 days.
Okay.
Other than that, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
No, yeah.
They threaten you?
No, yeah.
Do you understand that if you do plead to these charges, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Sure.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. Bush has been appointed to represent you. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wish. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify,
that's where Parkland was. They live streamed that the Parkland shooter
could not
case.
Hold your silence against you, and you have the right to be presumed innocent if and until the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Understand?
Yes.
I like talking to you like this. You've been in jail for 16 days. I talked to you last week. You're very clear-headed, intelligent, know what you're doing, and we're getting these things taken care of. But we need to find a spot, and we talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll need to care. She's a little fuzzy on the dates and times and the.
Well, I am too. That probably all run together.
They do all run together, actually.
All right. Let's see what I can tell from these. Are these at the Holiday Inn again?
I'm assuming that these ones are the one from Subway on North Main, and I think one is from Subway, and the other ones has to be from Super 8 and Holiday Inn.
Well, 3:50 a.m. That would be a Holiday Inn.
That's the Holiday Inn. One was for, I don't know if we did one for Subway, because I know that was all the same day.
All right, that's 8:26. So that is file number 241585. You were sleeping in the foyer in there?
Yeah.
And I said this to you, that doesn't make customers very comfortable when they come in and go to check in the room and there's someone sleeping in
the hallway.
It leads to the demise of the hotel.
I've seen some YouTube videos about this story of the family building a fence, found a rug with the body in it. I've seen a little bit. There was actually something on my timeline this morning.
Seeing how I used to work for the hotels, like, yes. So I can understand that as well.
16 days credit, 16 days.
Yeah, she's
Minimum
back.
fine of $125 or 2 additional days concurrent with everything else.
I will say that on the Sarah Boone thumbnail, we need to up our game. It can't just be like clip art. We need to have like an amazing thumbnail on that one. It can't just be fit everything on there. We've got to call out our best. Red Pan, you know what I'm talking about, right? We've had some great thumbnails. We need. She's always gets top marks in everything she does. So we need a good thumbnail.
This one is.
Red Pen just volunteered. I see that.
Michigan Avenue and River Drive. At 3:25 a.m. Michigan Avenue, River Drive. That's down by
house?
What?
Is that Miss Taylor's?
Yes,
Yeah.
that'd be the Taylor's house. And so you were there, and they didn't want you there.
I thought the last one for that one was obviously, yeah, that's what it says, and yeah, but I thought the last one for that one was
Well, now Donald wasn't even living there at that time. You went to Miss Taylor's house,
or yeah, it had to be if that's what it says.
all right.
Judge knows
Obviously,
everybody.
she didn't want you there at 3:00 in the morning. All right, we'll do that one. Plea in 241567 SM. Sweet judgment. Same deal, 16 days credit, 16 days. Where did they take you when they give you the ticket? Did they take you somewhere?
No, sometimes, no, they don't. I just walk away. I just walk up the street, I walk away, go somewhere else. I'm not a very trusting person. I mean, there's probably other people that I could go to their house or something, not get in trouble, obviously.
Well, homelessness shouldn't be a crime, but
Agree.
you keep going, and we talked about Hope
trespassing
House or
is-
some other placement, and that's really what you need.
Okay.
16 days credit, 16 days, $125 or 2 additional days, which will get swallowed up by what you're already doing. Concur with everything else.
So how do I work on those things if Lisa's not here no more?
Pivotal has taken over. There are 90 people in the jail this morning.
Okay.
And
wow,
40 of them have mental health problems. There's about 10 I can think of right off the bat that belong in a hospital and not in the jail. Or somewhere other than the jail. Problem is there is no somewhere. There is a somewhere for you, either Heather's house or Hope House or someplace that I think would be a good fit for you. But you got some bigger charges that they're trying to deal with.
Okay.
So I'm going to dismiss the other 2 cases.
Judge is really trying to help her out. Understands the dilemma she's in.
All right, Ms. Campbell, it wiped out 4 cases. You got the felony case, which is kind of driving the bus on all these charges. Pivotal, not Covered Bridge, is now responsible for our jail mental health and they weren't completely up to speed. They were still trying to get the security clearances and that sort of thing. So, I'm working on it. The problem is there is no place to put people with mental health problems. It's very expensive. It's in hundreds and hundreds of dollars a day. There aren't enough beds. There are more people struggling with their mental health than there are treatment options. And so we've got 100 pounds we're trying to put in a 5-pound bag. Throw methamphetamine into the mix, which induces mental illness. And it's really a tough situation.
Is Lisa doing anything in St. Joe County?
No, she's not. I put a plug in for her for mental health to hire her, Pivotal, and they elected not to. So she sent me a goodbye email earlier this week and said she interviewed, but they didn't hire her. And there's more going on there than maybe I understand, but no, she's not our contact anymore. So we'll probably get more information out at the bar meeting on Monday. Paul is bringing pizza, so make sure you come.
Ooh.
All right,
free
Ms.
pizza.
Campbell, you're good to go. Oh yeah, not Monday, the 14th. All right, Ms. Roars and Mr. Garn will get to you in a minute. Would you bring in Mr. Barnes? I want to check on something. I believe there's also a landlord-tenant case.
Yes, the judge says free pizza at the bar meeting. We're all invited.
All right.
Also need to hang out. I've already called the jail and said, well, probably.
What is he, a PEC? What's Paul Lockhart, Carl Lockhart?
It's a possession of meth.
But is it a pretrial for this morning?
No.
Well, why don't you give me the horsepower on that?
Okay, gotcha.
Horsepower.
All right, I'm going to give you these, but I'll be right back because I think Mr. Barnes may have another issue of landlord-tenant.
All right, as the judge steps off the bench, we're going to jump over to a different landlord. Wait. Judge Fleischer's up. Let's see what he's doing today.
Yeah.
He's got a snazzy suit coat on. Once again, a long tie. It's like he's done with the bow ties. Got a translator there.
Gomez, Gabarete. Mr. Gomez, you're charged with failure to stop and give information, which is leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
Yes, Judge. Officer was dispatched to a minor crash at 527 Silky Leaf Drive in Harris County, Texas. The complainant told the officer that her vehicle was parked outside of her house when she heard a loud noise. The complainant came outside to see that the vehicle had been hit. Witnesses told the officer they saw the defendant pull into the driveway at 538 Silky Lane Drive, and officers went to that location. Officers observed a van with damage consistent with the accident. The defendant came outside and confirmed that the van belonged to him. The defendant told the officer that he was turning and turned too wide and struck the other car. The complainant estimated damages to be approximately $2,000.
What time of day or night was this? And is alcohol a factor in this?
Alcohol does not appear to be a factor, and I'll see the time from this.
Looks like it was about 4 o'clock.
Mr. Gomez, Gabarete, I'm going to find it. Wait a second. Did you say he took off?
Yes, it says that the officers found him at a different location, a driveway at his residence, but he had previously struck a vehicle. He didn't.
Okay, so, maybe I didn't hear it or I zoned out. Did I zone out?
No, I can explain.
Zone out a lot.
So the complaining witness, her car was parked in the street outside of her house. And the defendant, when he was turning onto the street, he told the officers that he turned too wide and hit her car. So she heard that noise and she came out of the house to see what happened. And I guess there were other people that saw. And so they told her and they told the officer that the defendant hit her car and then pulled pulled into a driveway down the street.
Okay. All right, that's enough for me. Mr. Gomez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Are you a United States citizen?
No.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Yes, would be your answer.
Look at me. If you go to jail, immigration sweeps it on a daily basis. Every couple hours, if they find you in the jail, they will put an immigration detainer on you. You will be stuck in there for the next 6 to 9 months, waiting for immigration to do whatever they're going to do. Do not be a danger to my public. Otherwise, I will put you in jail. If you do not have a Texas driver license, you are not allowed to drive, and that is a bond condition that is going to be placed on you. You will be signing with me today a promise that you're not going to drive. And I take it extremely serious. If I find that you drive for whatever reason, I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to make your bond high. If you are not able to make that bond within a couple hours, immigration will find you and will detain you. Do you understand? Look at me. What did I just say? What are you not allowed to do?
Manejar.
Drive.
Listen, for no reason. Do you understand? How old are you, sir?
22.
22. ¿Qué hace? ¿De qué se dedica?
Oh, trabajo en roofing, construcción.
Construction roofing.
Do you have a lawyer now?
¿Tiene abogado ahorita?
No contraté porque no tenía dinero para contratar.
No, I haven't hired one. I didn't have the money to hire one.
Who do you live with?
¿Con quién vive?
Con un primo.
A cousin.
How much money do you make a month?
¿Cómo cuánto gana al mes?
Gano como 150 al día.
I make about 150 a day.
Mr. Gomez, I will appoint your lawyer
Señor
today.
Gómez, le voy a asignar un abogado de oficio, pero quiero que entienda que tomo la seguridad de mi público
and I'm going to do everything in my power.
y haré todo en mi poder para proteger el público.
That means putting you in jail because you become a danger to my public. I will do it in a moment's notice. So be careful when you're out there. Make smart moves. One false one, I will keep you with me.
Hacer cosas inteligentes, porque si hace algo malo, se quedaría conmigo.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know how to read and write?
¿Sabe cómo leer y escribir? ¿Sabe cómo leer y escribir?
Sí.
Yes.
We need you to fill out an application for an appointed lawyer. Have you sign our affidavit promising that you're not going to drive. That will have you take a seat with the lawyer.
Okay.
The judge is fluent in Spanish, but speaks through an interpreter.
All right, Judge, next is case 2, Ayden.
That's it, as far as Spanish? Okay.
Done with interpretation. I think it's Friday. The judge has had a long week. I think he might crack down on somebody.
Is this that theft case with the doctor that was...
What?
I want you to understand that we take this extremely serious. And when judges give you a bond, a free bond at that, and tell you to come to court, that's what matters. And when you don't, we issue warrants for arrest. So I want you to understand that I don't care that you're in medical school. I don't care that you're coming up to be a doctor. When you pick up criminal cases and we issue orders, we mean it. Do you understand? You now stand charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. Also been dispatched to a theft in progress at an HEB in Harris County, Texas. The complainant, an LPO employee, stated she observed the defendant taking several items and stuffing them into a bag. The complainant followed the defendant.
Hold on a second. Hey, what are you doing? This is not the club.
Come here.
No. In back.
That's what I'm doing. He's going in the back.
Whoa.
Yes, Judge.
You start from the beginning.
Yes, Judge. Officers were dispatched to a theft in progress at an HEB in Harris County, Texas. The complainant, an LPO employee, a loss prevention employee, stated she observed the defendant taking several items and stuffing them into a bag. The complainant followed the defendant around the store for approximately 30 minutes and witnessed the defendant place more items into the bag. The defendant then went to the self-checkout and paid $28 for some items and then walked past all points of sale when security officers detained him. The total items was approximately $730.80. Yes.
Where from?
From HEB.
$700 in a bag?
Mr. Barrett, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go to any HEB for any reason. This is part of your bond conditions. If I find that you go to any HEB, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? Yes, sir. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to pick up any new cases. If I find that you pick up any new cases, likewise, you will go to jail. No more PR bonds. So tell me about yourself. Where do you live?
I live in the Medical Center. I'm a medical student at Baylor College of Medicine. I'm just currently on an away rotation with a hospital that's in California. And I really appreciate you allowing me to come here today. Thank you.
I'm going to tell you, I was, when we got your email telling me that you weren't going to come and that you had priority over doing that stuff, I was livid. I mean, I was ready to really issue a warrant at that time because you chose to go to California to do something else instead of coming to court. And that's just not right. Your first priority when you pick up a criminal case is us, not your mother, not your father, not your dog, not what we are your first priority at that time, because if not, we issue warrants and you go to jail. And then what? You don't have your mother, you don't have your father, you don't have your dog, you don't have your medical school. No.
Right.
When you have an open case, this takes priority. Now, we will bend over backwards to help you, but if you're going to act like you're what they say, el choropere, like the God's gift, no, it doesn't work like that. There are certain standards we expect you to live with. Now, do you have an income, I presume, right?
Not really. I buy and sell things on Facebook Marketplace to try to make some.
So you're doing your residency now?
No, sir. I'm in my last year of medical school. I'll begin residency next year, where I'll finally stop having to pay tuition and I'll start getting paid like a small salary.
So you have no income right now, or
sir?
How do you?
My parents bought a house a few years ago when I first started medical school that they've allowed me to live in, and then now they kind of don't really have money to afford that house and need me to be paying all of my utilities and stuff. So I've been applying for any kind of aid and financial aid and stuff that I can. I also am trying to buy and sell any kind of thing that I can to make any kind of money I can on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, OfferUp, things like that.
Do you think that this theft case is going to impact all for as hard that you have worked for to get into what you are now?
Yeah.
This is a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer this, but I'm telling you, you've worked your ass off to get where you are now, and you picked up probably one of the worst types of cases, because I'm going to tell you now, no one in this life hires thieves. You want financial aid from the government? Not with a theft conviction. You'll lose FAFSA. You'll lose everything when you get a theft conviction. So it's probably one of the worst, aside from a capital case, it's probably one of the worst things when you're working as hard as you are to get as good as you are. So I will have you fill out an application. I don't know if you're going to qualify, but I need to know everything about you. I need to know what kind of car you drive, how many cars you have, what kind of any source of income that you have, any kind of property that you own, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, any income from any source I need to know, and I'll take a look if you qualify. I don't want to have to put you in jail. So just follow the bond conditions, and then that's it. I'm not asking much. All I'm asking you to do, number one, is follow the law. Number two, don't pick up any new cases. Number three, don't go to any HEB. And I'm serious when I mean no going to HEB.
Yeah, yes,
I don't care what you need. There are plenty of other places.
Understood.
Okay, come on.
This way.
And he had the nerve to send to the court an email saying, "Sorry, can't make it to court. I've got something. I'm going to go to California."
We have to do it right here too.
How do you fit $700 worth of stuff in a backpack? at a HEB, H-E-B.
Hi, Rachel. No. I just will have state's bond conditions. There's no need to monitor.
Page 3, top of page 3.
Mr. Batiste? Mr. Batiste, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Officers in the Major Offenders Division were executing an unrelated arrest search warrant at 8804 Almeda Genoa Road in Harris County, Texas. While conducting a projective sweep of the parking lot, officers observed in plain view an old unholstered pistol sitting on the front passenger seat of the defendant's vehicle. Officers also observed marijuana in a clear bag on the seat. Employees of the store identified the car as the defendant's, and the defendant admitted it was his car. The officers conducted a search and found 0.21 grams of marijuana, 0.7 grams of Percocet in the glove box, and 0.5 grams of Xanax inside the glove box. I believe he was.
He's an employee
Yes,
of
Your
the
Honor.
store, and I think that he was inside the store at the time. I think they were walking past and they saw the gun in plain view on the passenger seat and then went inside and asked whose car it was.
Not the smartest criminal.
Mr. Batiste, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. No more. No slinging. If I find that you're selling drugs, if I find that you're doing something nefarious in my city, guess what happens? I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. You're to come right back. If you don't come back, if you fail to take the drug test, I will revoke your bond and I'm going to make it sky high. Do you understand? Once you get back and when I see what's in your system, at that point, we'll talk about your bond conditions. As it stands now, no alcohol, no dope, and I'm going to test you like crazy. Do you understand? How old are you?
19.
Stops now. I mean, any marijuana as well. If I find that you're using anything, CBD oil, gummies, vape pens, whatever it is, I'm going to keep you with me, and I'm going to keep you with me until it comes a negative, and then I'm going to let you back out. And you test positive again, boom, right back until, and we'll play this game until you're nice and clean and sober. Okay, so we'll send him now. We can come have him back. Brock is representing him, so we'll. Okay.
I had an attorney, but
I got it. I know. I see. And I know Brock well. Been dancing with him for over a decade. So, but right now, I want to know what, if anything, is in your system because you're 19. That's it. It stops today. So we'll send you. Come right back.
How fast did the results come in?
Mr. Batiste.
Anybody know?
Did you graduate from high school? Did you graduate from high school? We're going to work on that too. Get ready.
Get ready. You're going to school. You're going to school. That's good. I love that the judge.
Delmares, Juan.
The judge is going to get him squared away. Give him options. Results are almost instantaneous. So if we watch for a little bit this morning, he might come back and find out just what he has in his system. I wonder if they just test him right there. Is that a work safety shirt? Judge is just staring at him. Very uncomfortable.
You have taken off on us repeatedly, not once, not twice. Now your case is over 200 days old. Did they give you a third PR bond?
may I answer without a turn?
Did he get a third PR bond?
You got one GOB and one CR bond.
How did he get out? Well, no, because I see he has a. Oh, that's the return.
And then he did down for a little while. And then PR
Take a
bond.
seat for me in the jury box. We'll call Mr. Stryker and find out what we'll do with Mr. Belmades.
Uh-oh.
Cantera, Maria,
Thank you for being ready, man. Thank you for being ready. Don't play poker.
Nope, don't play poker.
The bailiff was right there. He's like, I
Even though I know
will
you
take him
enjoy the
down.
game every once in a while.
Yeah.
We all do.
Oh, hey, did we get back there?
yes, they're both here.
Okay, great. Maria Cantera.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, you're charged with tampering with a government record. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, okay. While on patrol in Harris County, Texas, officers observed a vehicle parked on a residential street with a paper tag, which came back as invalid. Officers exited their vehicle to verify the VIN on the vehicle to confirm that it was not stolen. It was not. During this, the defendant came out of her house to ask officers why they were looking at her car. The defendant told the officers the vehicle belonged to her and that she got the plate from a lady, but not a dealership or the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles.
That's it? She bought a car and a bad...
Sent that I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, ma'am?
21.
Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have valid liability insurance? You can't drive until you have liability insurance.
How'd you get
I'm going
here?
to make that a condition of your bond. If you drove here today, you cannot drive home. You don't have liability insurance. If you can get insurance, then I'll allow you to drive. But until I know that you have insurance and I can see it and verify it, no driving.
Okay.
So you said you're 21.
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living here?
What's the name?
Do you have children?
Yes, sir.
How many children do you have?
So,
Okay. Do you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
yes, sir.
Okay, we'll give you a lawyer today. I'm going to have you sign this affidavit with me today, promising you're not going to drive. If you were able to obtain liability insurance today, show us, or you can show with the lawyer, and then we can take this off, but don't drive. I'm extremely serious. What happens if you get into an accident and you maim someone else? Who's responsible? Right. You cause $50,000 worth of damage or you kill someone, they're going to come after you. And they're going to take everything you own to satisfy the judgment that they get against you. For $40, $50 a month, you pay for liability insurance so that if something catastrophic ever happens, you're covered, and they'll even give you a lawyer to represent you on your behalf. That's why you pay for insurance. So no driving until that point. Okay, I'll have you come up here, swear test that you're not going to drive. I need you to fill out an application for me. I will have you talk to your lawyer here momentarily, okay? All right, come on up, we'll have you sign this.
I've seen him in past really grill somebody and say that he's got cameras out there and he will see if they drove and everything else. I'm going to go out and I'm going to watch the cameras. That was pretty nice. He went easy on her. Judge has more jackets than Judge Boyd has purses, I think.
Nice day.
This guy didn't skip Arms Day.
You should have seen the one I was really going to wear. It's too outlandish. Maybe later. What page you say?
He heard us.
Okay, Mr. Daly, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Officers initiated a traffic stop in Harris County, Texas for a vehicle having a fictitious plate bearing the word traveler on it. During the stop, the defendant refused to provide identification or insurance information, stating, "I do not consent to any of this."
Yes.
Officers attempted to remove the defendant from the vehicle, and the defendant actively resisted until he was detained.
That's very conclusory. Actively, what did you say?
Actively resisted.
Okay, I need more than that. Give me more, Alice.
So I reviewed the body cam this morning from the officer who initiated the traffic stop. The defendant.
No. You can't do that. No. It has to be in the report. In the DIMS, he has to say more than just a conclusory statement about what happened.
In the DIMS, it states that the officer attempted to pull the defendant out of the vehicle with him actively resisting and pulling away from the officer and other deputies. And the defendant continued by turtling his arms as they got him to the ground.
All right. Better. But you're telling me that he actively, it's a conclusory statement and we need more, right? It's like saying, okay, he was speeding. Really? How fast?
Yes, Judge.
So that's why conclusory statements don't fly, but that's enough.
I love that.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Mr. Daly.
This is amazing.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a Texas driver license? Can you run his license, please, guys?
He better be telling the truth. He's got a license plate that says traveler, but he has a license.
Okay. Do you have liability insurance in your name? And you can't drive. Once you get insurance, I will happily allow you to drive. It's all I'm doing is trying to protect the public and trying to protect you in the event that you get into an accident. They don't care whether you're traveling, whether you're whatever, however you want to term it. If you get into an accident and you do some catastrophic damage, they're going to come after you. They're going to sue you, try to take you for everything you got. And that's why for $50 a month, you pay for someone to represent you in the event that you do get an accident. And depending on how much you pay, you're covered $50,000, $150,000. So all I'm asking you to do is follow the law. I'm not going to put any other conditions on you. No drugs, no alcohol. I don't know. All I want you to do is get insurance. So if you can do that, I'll allow you to drive. So the only condition now is just don't drive until you get insurance. Once you get insurance, show it to me. I'll take your no driving restriction off and then do whatever you want. You need a lawyer to represent you there. So what are you doing these days?
Right now.
Do you work? No? Okay, why not? What were you doing?
Truck driver.
It's a great job. Don't you make a ton of money truck driving? Why would you quit? You make it
money from my check.
Oh, I see. Child support?
Yep.
What?
They said they overpaid me, and they never, they was taking $170 out of my check for no reason. They never gave me anything to sign.
Isn't there a place that you can go to dispute that?
I have no clue. You tell me. You tell me.
HR. Go to HR, go, hey man, this is why my check should be what it is. You think if they rightfully underpaid you, then they should, give you what you rightfully are owed. If they did overpay you, that's like equally not fair though, right? So what's good for the goose, good for the gander, so if you quit just in spite.
I was really I had 2 weeks notice in. I was gonna quit before because I was going to another job.
You need someone to represent you, right? We'll give you time for you to get a lawyer. We'll give you a month, but when you come back, you need a lawyer to represent you, okay? So, Mr. Daly, now I'm going to have you just sign this promise to us that you're not going to drive until you get liability insurance. So get it, bring it back to me, show me that you have insurance with your name on it, and then I'll take this off.
I get it today.
You come back to me today. If you get it within the next hour and a half, show it to me, I'll take it off now. We get plenty of people that I put this restriction off, and then within the next hour and a half, they call some insurance company, they're able to get the policy, we are able to verify it, and then I take the restriction off. I'm just asking you to follow the law, that's it. Not anything crazy.
How'd you get here today? Turtling is where you take your arms and basically suck them into your body so that they can't handcuff you. No, turtling is where you just pull your arms in so you can't be handcuffed.
No, I'm just going to have him sign this affidavit here.
So he resisted getting pulled out of the car. He resisted surrendering his arms so he could be handcuffed. He's a big guy. It looks like he could resist fairly well. Like he's got some arm strength there.
Okay, I will have you sign this, promised us. We'll have you sign a reset with Victoria, and then we'll let you out. And then you're good to go. Just whenever you're ready to come back, come back.
Gives a thumbs up to the judge.
Good luck, Mr. Daly.
It thought we had a soft sit there for a second, and then it sort of just fizzled out. He has a license.
He wants to keep the pen.
Wants a lawyer.
Let him have the pen.
It's not my pen.
Oh, well, I can't give you the pen.
It's the nice clerk that made these nice fancy pens, so it's hard not to miss them.
Page 8, Ms. Galindo.
Good morning, Ms. Galindo. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. Officers dispatched to 4107
We read him this morning.
Irby Street in Harris County, Texas, in response to a disturbance. The complainant stated that the defendant is his ex-girlfriend and that she pulled into his driveway. The complainant came outside and told the defendant to leave or he would call police. The defendant backed out of the driveway and hit the complainant's brother's vehicle. The officers arrived and learned that the defendant had consumed alcoholic beverages prior to the incident. Officers observed glossy eyes, slurred speech, and an odor of an alcoholic beverage. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN was 6 out of 6. Walk and turn was 8 out of 8. One leg stand was 4 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath, but prior to arriving at JPC, the defendant revoked consent. A blood search warrant was signed and executed. During an inventory of the vehicle, officers found 1 beer can inside the center console and 1 beer can underneath the driver's seat.
So do they assume that she's drinking while she's driving, Alex? Is that the inference here?
It appears so due to the beer can being found under the driver's seat.
I want you to understand, Ms. Galindo, that anytime you have alcohol in the car while you're driving, it tacks on a minimum of 5 days in jail to any sentence that you get that you do day for day. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you're using, I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you Friday to be honest?
No, Your Honor.
You have a valid Texas driver license, man.
At the moment. Up until.
Don't drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, which is a promise that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. If you want a really, really, really high bond, get into a car and drive. Because I'm telling you, if I find that you drive, and I don't care what your excuse is, if there's a burning building, 50 cats are in there, they need safety. I don't care. There's no justification you can give to drive.
50 cats, Judge, but 50 cats. Burning building with 50 cats. Not the cats. Rest in peace, cats. Oh, man.
So my only other question is the complaining witness in this case, do we know whether he wants to have contact with her or not? I'm assuming because what you said, that he doesn't want to have contact with her. So do we do a no contact order with this as well? Do you have this person's number?
Perhaps you have his number, Your Honor.
I'm reaching out to make sure just to see, because if he doesn't want to have contact, then thank you so much. I just want to make sure that he's, you know, so ma'am.
It won't happen. I'm good.
Don't, as part of your bond conditions, you're not to go over there. You're not to have contact with this person as well. Okay. Tell me, what do you do for a living, man?
Cater attendant.
A caterer. How much money do you make a month? And who do you live with? Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am? I'll have you fill out an application. I'll take a look at it. What I want you to understand, ma'am, that I'm absolutely serious when I mean no alcohol, no dope, no driving. Imagine if I make your bond $10,000 to $15,000, if you don't have anyone to pony up that kind of money, guess what happens? Right. And you'll be stuck there. Consider that next time you're out there.
Boone gets to have her hair done, but she doesn't get her confession.
Everybody tells me that. So just be safe, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bugler.
Yeah, it's a DWI.
Page 9, Bugler.
Hey, wait, I need her to sign this affidavit for no driving.
Fine looking beard. Remarkably, the mustache appears to be separate, even though it blends in.
Yes, ma'am.
I think you should wax it and point it out, though.
Okay. What's your last name? Hubler. Good morning, Mr. Hubler. Sir, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. Officers initiated a traffic stop in Harris County, Texas, after observing the defendant failed to maintain a single lane and seeing the vehicle swerve and drive on the right side curb. After running the defendant's license, officers realized it was invalid and the defendant had 3 prior convictions for driving while his license was suspended. The officers asked the defendant to exit the vehicle, and while doing so, the officers observed a small, clear bag partially torn open on the driver's seat. The officer observed rectangular white pills believed to be Xanax.
Priors. Judge doesn't go easy when there are a bunch of priors.
No, sir.
You are now.
I've been cleaning sober for 6 years. It's my buddy's car.
You know, let's go through your record, Mr. Hubler.
Bad record.
Well, the problem is, to me, it may stem from one thing and one thing. So since 15, theft, felony possession of a controlled substance, theft, possession of a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, felony theft, and now another possession of a controlled substance.
So I didn't know it was in the vehicle.
Stop. I'm not asking you to sing.
That's what I'm saying. But it's 6 years.
I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and you're to come right back. If I find that you don't test, if you don't come back, I'm going to make your bond so high, you're going to have teeth that spontaneously fall out. Do you understand? When you come back, at that point, we will talk about where we go. But the first thing I want to know is what, if anything, is in your system, and we'll go from there. Okay. I'll have you sign a reset, take a seat, and we'll send you out here momentarily.
Jackson?
And I'll find probable cause.
And I find probable cause.
Page 9.
No. No. What?
It was, what? I was in the passenger seat.
Stop. Don't. We'll get there.
We'll get there. Don't talk.
I don't want to see you either.
Ms. Jackson, you now stand charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. On September 26, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle bearing an expired agent tag. Officers made contact with the occupants of the vehicle. Defendant Cephas was arrested for a DWLI, and defendant Jackson had active warrants out of Webster PD. Officers conducted an inventory of the vehicle and located 2 small black bags containing a green leafy substance on the passenger side where defendant Jackson was sitting, and a backpack containing a firearm in the trunk. Substance was identified as marijuana based on training and experience. The weight was 4 grams or 0.141 ounces. The defendants denied ownership of both. The defendants were identified with Texas driver's license.
Okay, I have so many questions.
Yes, Judge.
So first off, you said defendants,
Yes,
plural.
there are 2 defendants, Your Honor.
Right. So the driver.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and then the weed was found where?
Under the passenger seat where defendant Jackson was sitting.
In what?
In a 2 small black bags.
How do you attribute the bags to her?
Your Honor, they were just located on the side of the vehicle where she was sitting.
So could be his. Right? Just puts it there. I don't know.
Yes, Your Honor, but the affirmative link would be in the proximity of where she was sitting as well.
Have anything else that identifies the bag as hers?
He's trying to cut her a break.
You know, the guy is the person's a guy, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so is there a lipstick? Is there anything else that would identify the bag as hers? You know?
She's like, no, it wasn't mine.
No, Your Honor. All we have is that it was located on the passenger side glove box, just those 2 small black bags.
Glove box?
Yes, Your Honor.
Absolutely.
It was in the glove box.
Stop it. Are you losing?
No, you're winning. Shut up. The judge is fighting for you right now.
Yes, sir. That's all we have.
Okay, I'm going to find no probable cause.
No probable cause. Boom!
Be careful with the company you keep.
Dismiss
when
the
you hang
case.
with dogs, you get fleas, Miss Jackson. You know this. Come on. All right, please, just take a seat.
Just dismiss the case.
Lee, Rose.
Did we get the co-defendant on that?
I was going to ask for the case number.
Do you, Alex, do you have the?
I have the case number. One moment, Your Honor.
Sure.
Yes. Are you ready for the case number? It's 1886701.
The felony case number.
Yes.
Page 13.
Still, I would like to know what it is they charge him with. So let's see.
Daniel.
Christopher Cephas?
Christopher Cephas, yes.
Unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. That's what they charged him with.
Yes, Your Honor.
So they charged her with the drugs and him with the gun. The judge just found no probable cause. When have you seen that? When a judge says no probable cause?
Oh, someone that's in the back.
Oh. For who?
I love that the judge is really holding the state to their burden, their level of burden, even though it's a lower burden, just find probable cause.
Page 17, Rodriguez, Brianna.
This is Texas. That was extremely rare. I can't think of the last time we found no probable cause.
You speak English, man?
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you.
Yes, Judge. On September 27, 2024, officers observed the defendant's vehicle traveling eastbound on westbound lanes only at the 900 block of Lamar Street in Harris County, Texas. The officers initiated a traffic stop. The officers observed the defendant to be the driver of the vehicle. The officers observed glassy, watery eyes, strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and the defendant swaying. The defendant admitted to consuming an alcoholic beverage. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN was 6 out of 6, walk and turn was 3 out of 8, and a one-leg stand was 1 out of 4. The defendant was detained and read the DIC. The defendant refused breath, and a blood search warrant was obtained and executed.
It's a stop for I zoned out.
Tag,
Stop was
congratulations,
traveling
21
eastbound
months.
on westbound lane, so driving the wrong way.
All right, Ms. Rodriguez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Have valid liability insurance in your name? Okay. I'm ordering you. Can you run the license, please, Alex? And does she have any prior DWIs as well?
No prior DWIs. I'll run the license.
Thanks. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using any kind of illegal substances, any kind of alcohol, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR points. Do you understand? How old are you, ma'am?
She's eligible.
Great. How old are you, ma'am?
23.
23? What do you do for a living?
I'm a caregiver.
Home health care. For who?
Disability.
Who do you take care of?
It's a facility of disabled adults.
Oh, so you work at a facility?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's not at home. Okay, good. Do you work full time? Okay. How much money do you make a month? 3,600. Okay, you make a lot of money, which is good. So we're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. There's a lot of timing requirements with the DWI. Don't sit there and wait because you can suffer a lot of consequences. You need to talk to a lawyer immediately. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'll just have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You'll get with Rachel for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go. Okay? Please.
All right, good. Page 13, Osoris.
We're going backwards.
Yes, Judge. We'll go forward after this.
I don't know if I believe you on that one. Daniel Osores.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Osoris, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. We took you into custody because you were on felony probation for assault impeding breath, basically a felony choking case, and you've now picked up a DWI. One of the conditions while you're on felony probation is for you to behave yourself. Also, not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. By you picking up this case, they have now filed a motion to revoke your probation. Your bond is now set at 0. So we are taking you into custody after we do probable cause, because we need to do that first. I see that you have a lawyer. I will reach out to Sean because I know him. So before we send you down, I will give you the opportunity to talk to him to figure out what you guys are going to do. Perhaps he can go to the 178th now. I don't know. Okay.
Scott, thank you very much.
On
Congratulations
September 26,
on 8 months.
2024, the officers assisted with a traffic hazard at the intersection of Westheimer and Sage Road in Harris County, Texas. The officers observed the defendant to be asleep in the driver's seat and the defendant's vehicle on, in drive, and blocking a moving lane of traffic. The officers woke the defendant, who started to vomit. The officers observed odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, and glassy eyes. The defendant stated he was coming from home, was going home, and was driving around. The defendant stated he did not have anything to drink several times. Standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN was 4 out of 6, walk and turn was 6 out of 8, and one leg stand was 3 out of 4. The defendant rated his intoxication as 0 on a scale of 0 to 10 and stated he felt comfortable driving a school bus full of elementary children. The inventory of his vehicle was conducted, and the officers located a small baggie of marijuana, weight 2.56 grams, on the front seat, and an empty glass Corona 12-ounce bottle on the front passenger floorboard. The defendant was read the DIC and refused breath, stating, "Can I talk to my lawyer? I know my rights." A blood search warrant was obtained and executed.
So I want you to understand that whenever you have alcohol in your vehicle and they charge you with driving with an open container, that is a minimum of 5 days in jail. To any time that you have to do, it's 5 days flat, day for day. Do you understand?
I understand, sir.
I hope that you realize it's elementary not to have alcohol while you are driving. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
He's eligible, Your Honor.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your name? Valid liability insurance
Yes, sir.
in your name?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Before you drive?
Car insurance, sir?
Car insurance.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Fractured, congratulations on 12 months. Thank you very much.
I make a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using any kind of alcohol or dope, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. You understand?
I understand, sir.
Okay. I will have you sign conditions with Rachel. After that, we'll have you sign a reset, and then we'll put you back, and then we'll reach out to your lawyer. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right. Please.
Smith,
Have you heard from Sean? Do you know if he's coming?
yes, I can do the readings first. He said, Daniel said it was gonna come back in 45 minutes.
Got it. Okay.
Go ahead and sign for you, mister. This is Smith on page 19.
Got it. Okay. Facing up to a year in jail and assault of a family member. Want to do probable cause? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. How would you like me to address you?
Tristan.
Tristan, Mr. or Mrs. Okay. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On September 29th, 2024, officers were dispatched in reference to a family disturbance at a residence in Harris County, Texas. Officers met with the complainant, who stated she was assaulted by her brother. The complainant heard her mother arguing with the defendant about a stolen bracelet. The complainant observed her mother running down the stairs from the second floor towards the front door when the defendant struck her multiple times with a closed fist.
Mom?
I believe so, Your Honor. And the complainant tried to separate them by placing herself in between the two. The defendant then punched the complainant in the mouth with a closed fist, causing her tooth to chip. The complainant felt pain and discomfort. Witness, the defendant's mother, advised that she asked the defendant if he had stolen the bracelet that belonged to her, and the defendant stated he was given the bracelet by his boyfriend. The witness then grabbed the complainant's phone and was chased downstairs by the defendant. The defendant struck the witness multiple times with a closed fist in the back of her head, causing pain.
I'm confused. Who's witness? Who's complaining witness?
Your Honor, the defendant's mother is the witness, and then the sister is the complainant.
Okay, because I thought you said he hit mom as well.
He did. So he hit the.
They only charged with one count of assault.
Yes, Your Honor, just with the sister.
Who are you here with today? Are you here with?
By myself.
Okay. What do we do, guys? Because
Can I say something?
I don't want you to talk about the case, okay? Understand that I have, 4 district attorneys here. Everything you say, they're going to use it against you. They'll sit there, type up every single thing. So my only concern now is where are you going to go? So are you going to go back to the house?
That's where I've been at.
Judge, I want to notify the court. I got a call from an intake prosecutor a couple days ago regarding Tristan Smith. They wanted to notify me that grandma called because the defendant went back to the house and violated a contact order. The grandma had to force the defendant out of the house. They didn't want any contact. They do not want contact, to be clear.
Don't want contact.
They do not want any contact. They want him out of the house.
Okay.
The no contact order, it was by the judge, by the bail judge. It was like, I want to say like
No threatening, harassing.
Yeah, no threatening or harassing. So they said I could go back to the house because
Let me see.
And Judge, to be clear, that's correct. But he could go back, but grandma didn't want him in the house. He tried to forcefully enter his way into the house.
There's a difference. So we know what we're talking about. Hold on. Oh, great. Thank you. Good job, S. Smith. So you're correct to an extent, right? So I'm looking at the order for protection here. The order for protection says no threatening or harassing contact with the complainant, and it looks like they took off the residential restriction, okay? However, what I like to do is I always want to honor the wishes of any complaining witness. And that when I have someone here charged with assault of a family member, the first thing I do is I ask them to reach out to all the complaining witnesses to see if they want to continue to have contact with you, if they want you to go back or not. If they say no, then what I do, I order no contact and no going over there. So what they're saying now is they do not want you to go back to this place.
But I have to be there because I'm only 17. I'm still a minor.
You have somewhere else to go.
No, and when she called the police, the police even said that there's nothing that she could do. If she was to put me out, that would be neglect because I'm only 17. I don't have anywhere else to go and I'm still in school.
It's fine.
17 is an adult in the state of Texas. They have to find their own place. None of the family want Tristan in the house. And further, Tristan is trying to force his way in the house.
I'm doing a rip right now and
Yes,
see
Judge.
if they still are.
Yes.
And if they say that they don't want you back, do you have anywhere else to go? Where else do you have to go? What about grandma? Does grandma?
No, grandma's the one that is one of the ones that don't want Tristan.
So
in the
does
house.
so mom, grandma, and sister live at the house?
Yes.
No.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if grandma specifically lives there. Grandma's the one that.
Would you mind doing the rep?
Yes, Judge.
Let's
Yes.
figure
Yes, sir.
who lives there. What do they want? I want to honor their wishes, plain and simple. You have to understand in life, there are only so many places that you can go to, right? And if you don't have the ability to get a place by yourself and you're living at the mercy of someone else, like mom, grandma, you have to be as nice as you can, because when you don't, they're going to put you out. And if you have nowhere to go, you're going to end up on the street. And I'm going to tell you, when you're on the street, you're going to do anything and everything you can to survive. And that may be whatever you can. And it really gets bad on the street. I don't want to have to put you on the street, but I got to honor their wishes. You don't own this house. I don't know. Let's see.
What the officers are.
Yeah, let's do this, because I'm going to give you a lawyer today so that you have someone to talk to. And then we will all get together to find out what the best way to go forward is. Okay. I just don't know if they're going to want you back. Let's see. Hopefully they will. But I'm going to tell you this, is that if they do want you back, you best be on your absolute, I mean, you got to have a halo on your head, you know, because if not, and if I hear that you start acting a fool over a stupid ass bracelet that you're going to end up on the street now, I will house you myself, because I'm going to tell you, I don't allow people to live on the street. If I have to put someone in jail, revoke a bond, I'll do it in a heartbeat to protect every person of Harris County. You understand? Okay. Do you mind appointing Tristan a lawyer, and then we'll have them powwow, and then we'll wait for the writ to get done, and we'll figure out how to go forward. As it stands now, until I know that they want to have contact with you, I'm ordering you not to have any contact with them. And then we'll figure out what they say, and then we can go forward. Not about the case.
It's not about the case.
Okay.
Okay, so the only reason I say that I was allowed back at the house, because when the
It doesn't matter. If you were not allowed back at the house and you went over, you'd be charged. You're not charged with anything now. I'm not holding it against you. Nothing bad is happening to you now. I only want to know how we're going to go forward.
that's what I was trying to say, like why I'm still at the house, like why I'm allowed to be there. So my nana, the one who stays at the residency, she called the cops like the same day I got released, which was that Monday morning. She called the police because she was saying the same thing. I was not allowed to be at the house. The cops came and they said that the only reason, even though I am 17 and I am legal age.
I don't want you to say something you're not supposed to. Just hold on. I will give you a lawyer. Tell your whole side to the lawyer. The lawyer can come to me. We'll get with the state, and then we'll figure out how to go forward. It scares me what you're going to get into. We have too many DAs here, and believe it or not, I'm trying to protect you. Okay, so there's plenty of time. It's only 10:20. Okay, so just be patient. We'll find a resolution. Okay, really. I'm going to give you a lawyer here momentarily, and we'll figure it out. Okay, please. I don't. Yes.
Page 20.
I don't know why you're looking back there. There's nothing back there for you now.
It's a bad start. Let's see how this one goes. Judge is taking a deep breath. Wait for the case to be called.
Mr. Waters, you were charged with criminal trespass. You're facing 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On September 26, 2024, officers self-initiated a criminal trespass investigation at a convenience store in Harris County, Texas. The officers entered the store and observed the defendant leaning on the front counter. The officers knew the defendant by name and sight from prior interactions and knew the defendant had been previously criminally trespassed from the location. The defendant was detained and identified with previous booking photos.
Picked up a theft at the same time. What is that out of the same transaction?
No, Your Honor.
What happened with this? Because it's the same day, same filing date.
Says that the theft took place on August 28th.
This is live, by the way, this judge. This is happening right now in Texas. Judge Fleischer. Big thanks to Vicky Mack for queuing this on to him.
Let's go through your history, Mr. Waters.
Uh-oh.
January 23, you pick up a criminal mischief and you pick up a criminal trespass. On that day, you also get charged with 4 counts of theft. Theft. 2 months later, unlawful carrying of a weapon.
7 charges.
After that, on the same month, you pick up another 4 counts of theft.
That's 11.
So now we're at 8 thefts.
11 total charges.
A couple months later, another theft.
9
and an
thefts,
interference.
12 total.
Now you pick up an evading arrest, and a month later you pick up another criminal trespass, and now theft.
15. 16 different charges.
Where are all these thefts from?
Your Honor, the most recent theft was at a gas station, and then the one before that, just for your information, was
Counts of theft. What?
was at the Galleria. So they're at various locations, Your Honor.
So he's hitting different places then? Is that what?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is newest theft.
The newest theft is a gas station, Your Honor.
I'm giving you another PR bond. You're on bond for this case, and now you picked up another case. It's over.
Hands behind the back.
They will write an affidavit about it because the snowman said I would never trespass. We can call him.
Well, I will give you a lawyer today, and we'll figure it out. But
Some of them they
Stop.
put them on me.
Okay.
I ain't got the officer badge on us or nothing, bro.
The bailiff's instructing him when he said, "They put them on me, bro." He says, "You're going to address him as, yes, Your Honor."
Also, Elena is trying to zoom on.
Elena
on Zoom.
Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Did your client make it here today?
Yeah, she made it here from Dallas. She's in the courtroom.
Okay.
Dye is her last name. I put it in the chat. The case number 244-631881. Excuse me. Thank you, Victoria.
You were placed on the diversion program, and you're here now because there are violations. I want to know what, if any, violations there are. If you've done nothing, then I don't know if we're going to go forward. But if you've made an attempt and you've done stuff, then we'll see. Shatoria, how's she done?
Okay, so they're requesting a 4-month extension because her device has been in lockout since April 17th.
Is she still in lockout now?
It looks like she's struggling financially. They did a financial affidavit with her, and she's behind like $5,000 in rent and other fees. She's completed all her classes. Her last UA on September 25th was negative. It's just the device confinement.
How do we go forward, Elena?
Well, the biggest thing is she lost her job. So prior to that, that's why she was able to complete the classes and do everything as outlined. It's just her biggest issue is that it's locked out and she has to pay, I think, $150.
I have an idea.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Okay. I will simultaneously give you a PR bond, because while you're on a PR bond, I can give you a device and pay for it. That way you have the device and I'll pay for it. And then we'll just, how about we do that?
Yes.
If when I have her on bond, I can pay for a device for her. So I'll issue a warrant. I'll give her a PR bond right now. And then that way she's on bond and I'll give her a device for free.
don't get picked up.
That
though.
would be good. So will we reset her for 4 months so she can complete the program?
We'll just keep her on bond for like 4 months. What?
This is the big heart.
Well, she's in the like violation stage, so to speak, right? Yeah, I mean, she's kind of like a purgatory, so to speak.
She's in court hell.
Can we change the code so it's not, I mean, let me see what Michael says.
Michael, we have a case. Miss Di. Okay.
So the only problem is that she's in arrears like a ton of money because she's not working, right? What I was going to suggest is that I'll issue a warrant now, simultaneously give her a PR bond. So she's kind of like on bond and I can pay for the device for her. We'll set it off for 4 months. And so she can just complete. I mean, she's got everything done, right?
Does she have any violations or she's just not able to?
It's just the fees.
Okay.
Just the fees. And
Yeah,
so,
I'm not opposed to that, Judge.
but the problem is that Rachel's saying that while it's coded as she's still in the diversion program, they're not going to allow us to pay for the device. So we have to kind of like change the code somehow. I don't know. Kind of like informally supervise, so to speak.
That's something I have to go through something like that. I don't know what I don't want to do something like that unilaterally and then.
Okay, and I guess, let me reach out to Nathan and see what he suggests and I'll send him an email right now.
Okay, so let me tell you why I like what he's
I
doing.
just didn't know. I'm like you. I don't know what alternative, we had. That's a great solution that you suggested, because the place that she has to go to, she lives in Dallas. The place where she has to go to have it calibrated is in Fort Worth, so that's about an hour from her. And so,
No, but I mean, if I'm paying for the device, like if it's Intoxilock, there's Intoxilock everywhere, right?
Mhm.
It's just a matter of hopefully we can do this kind of in an informal setting as opposed to still keeping her on the diversion track, because with the diversion track, we can't pay for the device. But if we code it otherwise, then I can pay for it for her. And I want to.
Okay.
So chat me your email address real quick, and then I'll send an email to Nathan, and then I'll attach it to it.
I greatly appreciate it, Your Honor.
And then I'll also attach Michael, and we'll see what he says real quick.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
Will you kind of like just hang tight for me real quick? Let me email the higher up and see what they suggest, and
Do
hopefully we
you
can.
know how long I do? My bus comes at 12:30. So like,
How far is it from?
downtown Houston. The ground.
Okay, I'll send an email now. So just bear with me. I don't know how busy he is, and I don't know when he'll respond, but I'll try to get it as quick as I can.
Okay, let me.
All right, bear with me a second real quick. Let me just send-
While he's talking, her situation, she's complied with everything except for paying for the monitor, and she doesn't have a job. And basically, it's debtor's prison, right? When you can't afford to pay the fine, you get thrown in jail. And she's done everything else to comply except for paying for this monitor. She has no way to pay for it. He's saying he's trying to find a way around it so that she doesn't have to pay, so she can still be in compliance. Everything will be good. And, and he's using the law to sort of change her status to make that happen. Unfortunately, the red tape might trip him up on this one because it requires changing codes, and the rules are made so that he can't help, and he's doing everything he can trying within the rules to help. So this is where the big heart of Judge Fleischer shows up. I hate the idea that somebody gets thrown in jail because they're poor. Okay, we're not talking because they stole. Theft is different, but imposing fees on somebody and then throwing them in jail because they can't pay the fees, that rubs me the wrong way. That is just, it's not right in any way. And I love that the judge is trying to fix that here. So let's let him get his email written, and hopefully he can make that fix. It becomes debtor's prison, which is wrong. Wrong. Did she say, I'm going to miss my bus? Either take a chance and miss the bus or go directly to jail? Yeah, I think she's got like an hour bus ride to get to court. And so she's, I mean, that's a legitimate concern. Let's hope he can get this pulled off. There are rules about when the court pays for monitoring.
And maybe early termination is an option. I know they don't do that anymore, but.
Okay, I just sent the email, Elena.
All right.
Let me talk to some of the defense lawyers real quick.
All right, thank you.
Hey.
Just real quick, Mr. Turner, who I've talked to you about, may I approach? This is the bond condition that the second amended or first amended. The company called me, the supervisors, they're fine letting them drive, but they like the language in there's vague. So they wanted to see if you'd be willing to put language that says you can drive a work truck with a scram on. So what I proposed, it's hard to write or hard to read probably, it was just scram device for use in work vehicle, ignition airlock for use in personal vehicle.
Scram device for work?
Yes.
And
for work, to drive work truck or whatever.
Lock for.
Talked with the supervisor yesterday, and they've apparently also involved like their in-house counsel, just so there's lawyers looking over orders.
So you would put.
They mainly want to see that when they read that, it makes it clear that he can drive one of their trucks for work purposes only, as long as he has a SRAM on his ankle.
Look at that. Tell me what you think.
SRAM device for work, allowed to drive work interlock for all personal vehicles. Yes.
Is that okay? If not, just let me know. We can redraft it somehow. Of course.
Justice, is that an amended?
It's going to be.
Okay, so we need the original.
Yeah, I'm going to give this. What do you want this to go to?
Are you gonna add that? Oh, okay, sorry, you're good.
Good morning, Judge. I got Mr. Spiller. You told me to bring.
Hold on. Justin, did you need anything else?
Make sure you waive signature. This signature. Sorry.
Of course.
We spoke earlier this week about Mr. Spiller. You asked for him to come in. I have a case number.
Page 19, Spiller.
He's in the box currently right now.
Come up, Mr. Spiller.
Is this the guy in the work reflective stripes? No, different guy.
When did we first test Mr. Spiller?
Let me pull it up. This is a the BVR was sent too early. I think the BVR was sent for his first setting.
When was the first time?
His first drug test was September 25th, and then you gave it 4 days. But they still sent the BVR.
I think the attorney said, don't answer him,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
do the
too early.
talking.
It's still too early, so hold on. Let me write this down so we don't forget. So
And he already has his one. The next test is
So you said, wait, you said Rachel, the first test was what, 9 what?
25.
I think the judge is dealing with the reality of the jail being full. And so he's trying to put the fear in people, knowing all the while that if he puts them in jail, someone else gets let out that
Yeah,
probably
they filed it
shouldn't be.
incorrectly. Just don't use If after 40 days you continue to use, you know what's gonna happen. Just don't use anymore, okay? So you're here, they filed incorrectly, so I'm gonna spank them now, okay? So don't worry about it. We'll let you go now, but don't use. That's all I'm asking you to do. All right?
Judge is about
Okay.
to spank
All
them.
right.
Take a seat, I'll get you in here in a second. Judge, they're bringing my next guy over. So,
Yes, he always
Thanks.
You want to approach?
has great style.
Judge, I'm approaching on Mr. Caldwell. He has a bond violation today. He's in the jury box. Mr. Caldwell, come on up. And I'm asking for a warning on this one, Judge. I just wanted to explain the situation as to what happened. Yes, Judge.
What's the last name?
It's Caldwell.
MCM? What is that? Oh, it's 4 hours from court. That's a long bus ride. Holy cow. It's just a clothing brand. Says Libby. I was wondering if it was an acronym or something. Judicial spankings incoming.
Deputy, get ready, because I don't know. All I know is, Mr. Caldwell, you were on bond for a felony retaliation, felony aggravated assault of a family member, violation of a protective order with us, an interference, and then you pick up another felony retaliation, and we ordered you to be under 24-hour house arrest. And all I know is that on 2 different occasions, you left the house. What are you looking all confused about?
Judge, can I
If you left the house or not.
Judge, can I explain a little bit of the situation? So, yes, Judge.
Please.
So, Judge, he lived with the complainant before these cases in a house he rented, and because of the no conduct condition, he moved back in with his mother, who he had been financially contributing to the household. Because of the house arrest, he wasn't able to work, and so he hadn't been contributing financially. His mother became upset with him, and so kicked him out. And then he contacted pretrial to let them know. And then he explained to his mother that if he doesn't go back in, he's gonna possibly go back into custody because of his house arrest. So it was really just sort of an issue with his mother and where he's staying right now, because he had previously been contributing financially and in part taking care of his grandmother. And she was kind of thinking he was just lousing around the house. And then he had to explain the fact that he had this 24-hour house arrest. And he did contact pretrial as soon as it happened.
Rachel,
Judge.
do you see that?
Yes, so he called pretrial on September 21st and explained that whole situation, living with his mother, leaving for something about a car. They advised him that it would be a problem for his ankle monitor, and then because it was after hours, it was just someone at JPC that talked to him and told him to call back during business hours. The next time he called was not until 9/27, and he was stating at that point that he had a problem with his charger, and it seems to be a shortage, they told him to come in. I don't see that he ever came in. And then on 9/30, it's saying that he's losing service. Plan to report to pretrial before they told him to bring a charger. So basically, it's just a back and forth conversation about bringing a charger, not bringing a charger, and then violations.
Well, Judge, he contacted the emergency after hours number.
Yeah, and they have everything written down. There's nothing about mom. All I know is that and so do we have just Rachel one time that he took off from the house?
Yes, it's only that one day now. On 10/3, there was a no cell for 6 hours from 9 until yesterday. There was a no cell return.
What does that mean?
There's no signal going to the device. So what the officer said is basically the device was charged just enough for it not to be toward their battery, but the signal wasn't there for 6 hours. So it wasn't tracked. But
6 hours, we have no idea where you are. You take off another day.
That's what they was calling about. They were saying, come report the pre-charge because of my charge. And I had told them I had court like the next day, and I was like, I'm gonna report the pre-charge so when I go to court, and the officer agreed to it. The officer sat after court, come right to pretrial.
So the first conversation with about the mother started 9/21, September 21st. He didn't call back again until September 27th, stating that he had a problem with the charge. But then on the 30th, he said that he was gonna come after court, which I'm assuming the court did.
Yeah, I supposed to have court on the first, but
Right, we had court originally on the first judgment. Because of the bond violation report, we set it was set to today.
Why no 6 hours? Why no?
I don't know. They had kept calling me saying that my charger, they bring my charger in because it's saying like no signal. And then I was telling them,
Did you go in?
No, it was like 4 o'clock. She was like, just come right after court. It was like 30 or something, but I had court that Monday. I had court on the first.
And Judge, he was ready to come in court on the first, and
I don't care.
Yes, Judge, I
care about is there's 6 hours that are unaccounted for. We have no idea what he's doing. We have no idea where you're going.
Oh, no, that wasn't my fault. That was the charge.
That is your fault. The device is not working, and they told you to come in, and you didn't go in.
Oh, no. She told me to come out the court. Is that right?
One day they did something because he told him he had court the next day. Which was first day he told him to come.
But so there's 6 hours unaccounted for, and they just told him to come the next day?
No, the 6 hours was yesterday. That was what was unaccounted for. This conversation happened on the 27th and the 30th.
Okay, I'm worried about the 6 hours that are unaccounted for yesterday.
Oh, that's why I was gonna go to pre-trial at the court because they called me like twice saying my charger was doing that. She said it's only charged, and I did report to her that like when I plug my charger up, it'll like prolong for like 30 seconds. And when I take it off, it'll let me know it's off for 30 seconds. So I did let the lady know I'm like something wrong with it.
How can we account where he was during those 6 hours?
We can't. There's no signal to the device, so there is no tracking to it.
I'm not done with that. You could have been anywhere in the city. I have no idea where you are.
I ain't going nowhere, sir. I ain't going nowhere.
I don't know that.
Yes, sir.
But Judge, I don't think it'd be right for him to be punished if it's a defective device. If there's something wrong
And
with
it's
the device.
his responsibility to immediately go to pretrial, not wait the next day until you have court so you can do all in one.
That was a Friday, Judge. It was a Friday.
It was yesterday.
No, they're referring to this 6
sorry.
hours.
I'm talking about the
Okay,
6
sure.
hours that are unaccounted for. You could be out and about doing whatever you are, harming my city. And I'm trying to protect my city when you've got 4 serious violent felonies open.
I didn't know it did that yesterday, though. I didn't know it did. I didn't get no call or nothing about it.
What is he playing Helen Keller? What the hell?
No, he's
Like when they
referring to
call.
different incidents, Judge.
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
I
just
didn't
the-
know.
I am only talking about the 6 hours that are unaccounted for. Put everything else out of your mind.
Sir.
I'm only talking about the 6 hours. If I get another damn thing at 4 in the morning, I'm gonna freaking lose it. Wake up the entire nation at
Amberly.
damn 4 in the morning.
Got a blue warrant today. that woke me up.
Nationwide test all over from FEMA.
Wake my ass up 15 times at 4 in the morning. I know I did, but I'm already awake.
No, like turn it off from 11.
I know I did that, but I'm already awake. 4 in the morning, wake up my wife who's now bitching at me to turn it off, and then all the kids too.
Was that a blue warrant, Judge? I got a blue warrant notification this morning.
Bottom line, you're unaccounted for 6 hours. We have no idea where you're going. We have no idea what you're doing, and I'm not dumb.
I don't know. I didn't know about the.
So there is something going on with the device. He has to just get the device checked. I don't know.
So I want to send him right now to go get the device checked to see if there's a problem with it.
You'll be charged.
No, ma'am. I didn't.
Can you not go get it serviced without the charging
No,
device?
it's just, they tell him bring the charger. So like the officer kept telling you to bring your charger.
Yeah, she was like, when I leave court, go to.
Right, so you have your charger?
Yeah, I have it. I have one.
Where is it?
It's in the car.
Okay, I want you to go
Okay.
get the charger. I want you to go take it to where is it Smart Start? Where?
No, 49.
49.
Okay, go there and I want to see if there's something wrong with the device. If there's nothing wrong with the device, then we'll have another hearing and I'll see you back here on Monday morning.
Sir.
But no, I'm not down with 6 hours unaccounted
No, I
for.
understand, Judge.
And then he's leaving on another day. I'm not done with that. You have strict
Sir.
bond conditions that you have to adhere to. And when you don't, there are consequences. That's it.
I ain't know the charger. I mean, the device did that though.
So something's wrong with
Yeah, because they'll call me and tell me and everything, but like I didn't get called.
And they did call you and they did tell you and you still didn't go. That's
No, I'm talking about yesterday. They didn't call me and let me know like something's wrong with the device or nothing. Yeah.
go now. Where are you
Stop
living
talking.
I had ended up explaining to her like why I had left. When I first came, I told her like, Mom, I'm gonna end up staying with you for a while. And then she was like, okay. She not understanding like it's a 24-hour house arrest though. So like when I had ended up leaving, I had called her back and explained to her like, Mom, you know I can't go nowhere. That's
What's your mom's phone number?
I'm right now.
Oh, that's right. Write your mom's phone number. I'm gonna call her right now.
832.
Don't. I'm gonna mute it here. Write it down. Write it down. Let's say it. We're getting Mom on the phone, and if Mom says you're lying, bud, you're going to the lockup. All of Texas got woken up at 4 a.m. for an alert. The judge is mad about it. Okay, so I'm going to mute that because the tones actually are DTMF tones could be decoded.
Virginia?
Yes, sir.
Regina?
Regina, yes, sir.
Don't make me call your mom. Oh, calling your mom.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to...
She's right.
What's that?
She's probably asleep.
She's sleeping. She got an alert at 4 a.m. in the morning. She's tired now.
Hello?
Is this Miss Regina?
Yes.
Hi, my name is David Fleischer. I'm a judge here in Harris County.
Yes.
I've got Mr. Adrian Caldwell in front of me.
Yes.
And I don't know what you know about this case, but he's got 5 very serious cases open. One of his bond conditions is that he's supposed to remain under house arrest for 24 hours a day.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that that's okay with you, that he can stay with you under 24 hours house arrest.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yes. Yes.
Because he's trying to tell me here that there's a problem and that he might get kicked out or whatnot, that he's got to leave. And I want to make sure that wherever he's going, wherever he's staying, he's allowed to be there, and that the persons know full well that he's not allowed to leave the house.
Okay.
Are you okay with this?
Yes.
Okay. You and I are now on the same page. There's no excuse for you to leave the house. If you leave, I will revoke your bond, and then you will stay with me. You will have house arrest with me.
In the big house.
As it stands now, you're not off the hook. I want to see where those 6 hours are. We will send you to go get your device checked out to see what they can say. And then we'll see you here back on Monday. Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Regina. Take care.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Monday, Judge?
Monday.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
This judge is not afraid to call your mom in open court. Oh, my goodness.
Hi. Of course. Good morning.
Good morning. Here to take a plea, Judge, for Teresa Sandoval.
Okay, let's do it. I don't believe that for a second. No way. Dude's got to be getting mad. How do you leave? Send it back, please.
I don't believe that for a second. Dude's got to be getting what?
Yeah. You know, you were in a great program, and one day, may not be tomorrow, may not be next week, may not be next year, but one day you're going to end up thinking, God, I'm an idiot for not making this thing work out. Because what you're doing now is you're pleading to this, and it's going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. And what you need to understand is that anytime you are now pulled over, an officer is going to look you up and they're going to see this DWI. They're going to see that it was above a 0.15. What do you think they're going to do if they smell alcohol or dope on you? No, they're not going to test you. Right.
I'm not gonna do it again though.
If I had one strand of hair for every time someone told me that, I would have hair looking like this. It's every single time, every single day someone tells me that, and I'm going to tell you, something catastrophic is going to happen in your life. It's bound to. It happens to everyone. The idea is, how are you going to take care of it? And I'm going to tell you now, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. So what we're doing today, you have a minimum of 90 days. Do you understand? If I were you, I would never get in the car, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, because they're going to arrest you right then and there. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, to confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. Is this what you want to do, man? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Is it true or untrue that you had a breath test over above a 0.15? Okay, true to the enhancement. I will sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I am going to suspend your license for 180 days, man. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck. Thanks.
Judge, any possible way to fees at all for this case?
What do you do for a living in Sandoval?
Social media,
What does that
Social
mean?
media.
like influencer,
You what?
like a social media influencer.
You're an influencer. How much money do you make a month from influencing?
10,000 a month.
10,000 a month.
You will be required to pay the fines and fees for all of this. And I'm going to tell you now, if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. So I'm telling you now, it's going to be a lot of money. You're going to end up paying like $3,500. So I will give you 2 years to pay it. So you'll have a sufficient amount of time. But if you don't pay it, we issue a warrant. Every $100 is 1 day in jail. So be prepared. Right, good luck.
An influencer.
Hey, Manny.
She didn't say what platform she's on.
One's an off docket, one's on docket.
Okay. You're on docket. We did already probable cause.
Yeah, Mr. Osores. I don't know if you want to talk to him anymore. I already went up to felony. We worked something out. Talked to chief. We're good to go on that one. We just need a CYA, watch the videos, get the blood results. But
are they dismissing the one upstairs?
Yeah, as long as we take care of this down here, they're going to keep him on the deferred upstairs.
They're going to keep him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He's on deferred.
He's on a felony deferred. So I told him that was priority for his case. So I talked to Michael and we're going to work something out. I just need to watch videos and get blood results.
Absolutely.
So now that one's done, we have a Mr.
If you find it that you're going to fight the case, that may be an issue.
Which I told him. I said, look, let me take a look at it, but from on its face, it doesn't look like it's that way. But we'll see what we find. So I have a Mr. Peter Gennady.
Let's pause.
I do have a.
Let's pause for 1 second. I want to see if we can find her. I want to see who that was. Just 1 second. We're gonna rewind just a tiny bit. Jump to the ends and back up. Okay, let's go here to 8. All right.
How do you leave? Send it back, please. Yeah. You know, you were in a great program, and one day
they don't call the case.
May not be tomorrow, may not be next week, may not be next year, but one day you're going to end up thinking, God, I'm an idiot for not making this thing work out. Because what you're doing now is you're pleading to this, and it's going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. And what you need to understand is that anytime you are now pulled over, an officer is going to look you up, and they're going to see this DWI. They're going to see that it was above a 0.15. What do you think they're going to do if they smell alcohol or dope on you?
They're going to test me? Nope.
No, they're not going to test you.
I'll take it.
Right.
I'm not gonna do it again though.
If I had one strand of hair for every time someone told me that,
You're listening
I
for
would have hair looking like this. It's every single time, every single day someone tells me that, and I'm going to tell you something catastrophic.
Let me back up a little further. Rewind. Let's see at the very beginning when they call the case. First comes up. Okay, here we go.
Good morning.
Good morning. Here to take a plea, Judge, for Teresa Sandoval.
Boom, Teresa Sandoval. Thanks, you guys found it already. We'll jump back to live here.
Did you represent him on the PCS case as well? What's that all about? Because it's recent and it's. Does he have a drug problem?
I do not. I don't believe so, Judge. I think
something tells me differently.
I think it was, I think he had some prescription medication that he didn't have the prescription for. It was dismissed. I don't remember exactly. It was like, what, a year and a half, 2 years ago?
It was about 2 years ago.
2 years ago, Judge. I don't want to lie. I don't remember exactly.
I want to know what the drug was. It says amphetamine.
I think it was Adderall.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If you need Adderall, go get it legally, and then you can use it. If you
That's the
Judge-
case, man.
Okay, hold on.
I conducted a RIP with the complaining witness this morning.
Okay.
She stated that they are no longer living together, but the defendant has been in almost constant contact with her since this incident back in August. She said that he's been texting her almost every day and telling her that she's been lying about what has occurred. He also removed all of the money from their joint bank account and was not letting her access any of their money. She did request an order of emergency protection in this case.
So she doesn't want to have contact.
She wants no contact.
Okay.
Is it just her name
All
on
right, so Mr. Kennedy, I'm going to
TikTok?
enter in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies Trace Kennedy as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. Stalk, threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of 4214 Island Hills.
That's where I live.
If she's living there, you cannot go there. Okay. Before you go back there, we need to verify it. So I can have.
She hasn't lived there in a while.
Okay, let me have them verify it. If that's because they spoke to her earlier this morning, I'm sure it's not going to be a problem for them to go verify that she doesn't currently live there. If she doesn't, you can always amend this and take it off. But I want you to understand, I am ordering you no going within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. No contact. When I mean no contact, I mean text messages, phone calls, emails, social media, Snapchat, whatever. I want you to understand, I'm going to protect every person in this county, and I don't care what you want. I don't care what you need. You're not listening. I want you to listen because you've got to be aware.
I was trying to understand what's going on. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, we apologize. Just go ahead, sir.
I didn't mean to disrespect you.
I'm issuing a protective order. This protective order forbids you from having any contact with her. It forbids you from going anywhere where she lives or where she works.
Your Honor, if I may, in the offense report, it says that the incident occurred in an apartment at 2727 NASA Parkway.
Okay, so we need her to verify
Yes,
the
sir.
actual address, so we can put that address in the actual MOA. We can refile to make sure that it's done correctly.
Yes,
because
Your
that's what needs to happen.
So that's why I asked him to look it up because I was like, it happened in an
Figure it out.
apartment.
I mean, it's not hard to amend it and fix it, but I want you to understand.
Yes, Your Honor.
No means no.
No means no.
She doesn't want to have contact with you. It's over. Get over it. There are 15 cotillion other fish in the sea. It's not worth it to spend the next 90 days in a 6x9 box eating bologna sandwiches for lunch. Don't have contact. I can't stress it enough. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I find that you violate this protective order, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to issue a warrant. I'm going to make your bond extremely high, and then they can file a violation of protective order against you. And I'm going to tell you, if that happens, it really goes sideways quick. Not only are they going to charge you a bunch of money, but I'm going to put your butt in jail, and then it's going to be even more. You understand? No dope, no alcohol, unless you have a valid prescription for Adderall.
We verified the address is at 2727 NASA Parkway.
Great.
And we'll
Okay, we need to do a
make
different.
sure the MOA
Wait.
is complete.
Okay, hang on, hang on.
Complete.
We're going to pause right here for just a second. Krista, what's your problem with YouTube? Is it if it's like a super chat or a membership issue, it's different. Basically, you can get help as a customer of YouTube. It's much harder to get help as a content creator on YouTube. Like for the first time, and I've been doing this for 2 years nearly now. For the first time, I'm going to get to speak to somebody on Tuesday, like a literal, actual person in a digital in a meeting. It's not easy, but let me know maybe reach out to me and tell me what the problem is, and we'll see if we can help you.
Vaughn.
Sir.
Let's see.
Don't reply. You're the one that's going to end up in jail. I don't know how much more clear I can
And
make.
we spoke to Peter about it, Judge, and we'll go over it with him again. He understands the gravity of the situation, so we'll continue to impress upon him how serious you are.
Yeah. Oh, one more
case.
thing.
Yes, sir.
No weapons. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, great. So for now, just hang tight for us while we get all the bond conditions, we get the order for protection ready, we'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go.
Okay. Do you want him in the box or in the gallery? He's been in the gallery the whole time.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe excuse, sir?
Yeah, no, hey, Manny, he's gonna be randomly tested, just so you know.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
so
fine.
we're putting him under bond conditions for random testing for now.
Okay, that's fine.
If he behaves himself after a while, then approach him.
We'll reapproach on it. Okay, maybe be excused, sir?
For sure.
All right. You want to move on?
Hunter, thanks for being patient.
I have Randall.
Last name?
Randall, Randle. He's in custody.
Oh, he's in custody.
There's two Randalls, Your Honor. One is a fugitive that's already been taken care of.
Oh, you got the other guy. Yeah, picked up some very serious cases.
Got the other Randall.
From what I can tell, he already has pretty significant bonds and felony.
Yeah, he picked up the ag assault and the violation after our cases, right?
That's what it looks like.
Yes, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
I'm not gonna, he can't keep the PR bond. Those are really serious cases.
Right. I was gonna ask for $1,000 surety.
It's at 3,000 now.
Oh, well then I'm fine. We're
I'm
fine.
gonna do it to 5,001.
Okay, that's fine.
And then, I mean, he's got almost a $300,000 bond there, so. And then I guess just keep us in the loop whenever something happens.
I was gonna follow felony.
I'm okay with that.
November 21st. Thank you, Judge.
So it's 3,000. Yes, 3,000. And then, so it'll be like 3,500 and change. And then she's got to pay for it.
We're going to cut for just a minute. We've had a lot of Judge Fleischer, which is great. I love it. We might go back to him. Let's see. I didn't see Krista's response. I'm trying to see what the issue was you need help with on YouTube. I'd love to help if I can. I mean, I might have a solution. There's a option for chatting, text chatting with YouTube, which gives mixed results. I've not been really pleased with it, but not seen a response from Krista. Maybe she had to bail. All right. I'm still unable to send you super chats, membership milestone messages, or gifts, specifically your channel memberships. Are you using the same device that you're logged in right now on, or are you trying on a different device? There are a couple things, depending if there could be an issue with a typo in the payment method. There could be if you're logged into a different account than this one. If you have like multiple accounts and you even some of them might appear to be named the same, just make sure check the email that you're logged into is the same. That's an option. It's weird. Usually I would say this. Usually YouTube is the most keen to fix things that generate the money. So that's something you might be able to reach out to. Do you have X? Want to reach out to YouTube on X? See if that works. I had to work with YouTube for the last couple days, and it was terrible. but then I was asking for their help. It was not happening. YouTube is mean to Canadians, I hear. They just don't like the true north, strong and free. All right, it is 12:07 right now. We're going to do a lunch break. We are coming back. We are coming back after lunch. We're going to take. I think we'll come back at 1 o'clock. I don't think. Let's see. Did it happen already? I think I missed it. Let's see. The DC Circuit appeals have been teasing us with they're about to start, and then they just barely ended their live stream and they never went live. That's nuts. I was hoping to see the DC Circuit of Appeals. I sat there for an hour or so. I'll check and see if they messed something up. Let's see. Before we bail, let's take a look over at Sarah Boone. See what's happening here. Let me bring this up. Let you guys weigh in on some of these. Red Pen is taking the lead, taking charge here. So let's jump over here. So we've got this one, Florida v. Boone. This is just a rough design of how it's going to be. We're going to fix things like I can fix this. I can do a background remover. Make the phone look a little better, like it actually belongs there. Move that up a little bit so it doesn't end right there. That looks good. So this is option number 1. We've got the sign on the wall, Sarah Boone. This is her case right there. We've got the case of Florida versus Sarah Boone. Cell phone, a little bit of alcohol. We've got another design here, right here. I think this is important. The sign on the wall is good. This is a base. This is a base to work off of. I'd say I like the color scheme here, but it's going to be hard to work with the neon and the bright colors with some of the pictures we're going to be adding throughout the case. So I think we might have to go away from the gradient background and everything here. I'd say 1 looks good. 2 is too happy. 1 looks good. Need her letters too. Hey, Mrs. Ari, how are you doing? You're going shopping? You're taking everybody? You're taking your sexy body and you're going shopping? What are you going to get for me? I was thinking, since winter is just around the corner, I'm thinking like, yummy. It's 300 degrees. It's hot here. Winter's just around the corner. Maybe some soup with saltines. Thinking Campbell's vegetable, not alphabet. Campbell's vegetable beef soup with saltine crackers. Okay, all right. Never mind. She's gone. She's out of here. Ari is taking her sexy body shopping. Those were her words. Her words, not mine. They're my words as well, but she said it first. Steven's Hot Cocoa. We have a bunch. We're good. She went, and when we went to Utah, she bought like one of every possible flavor they make. So we have a million different options. We've got like Steven's Hot Cocoa, orange peel and fir tree flavor. We have like the weirdest flavors they ever did. Anyway, let's see. Let's go to lunch. I'm going to take a quick break. It might be shorter now that she's gone shopping. I don't have anyone to talk to on break. I'll get bored and come back sooner. Needs to be a soft-sided zipper suitcase. I don't know. That's a pretty good case right there. I like that one. Let me say a couple things. Oh, I'm not sure why I'm still showing this. Let's go back here. Does that work? Let me say Weather Watch is telling me he's got his brother coming in to play golf. If you watched the podcast last night, brother coming to play golf this weekend. Brother's actually working, but golf is part of what's going to be happening. Let's see if I can show this. And the brother's flying in right now. So we've got Flight Radar 24 pulled up, tracking the flight all the way out of Bakersfield, California, flying in a beautiful, beautiful little private jet because the brother is in fact the pilot. He's flying somebody else, so he's working. That's what he's doing. But as he flies in, comes in here through, let's see, let me zoom back out again. Headed back over to Texas. Headed over to Texas here somewhere. Texas. Where's he at right now? Oh, there he is. We found it. So it looks like, Weather Watch, looks like the game is still on for this weekend. Your brother looks to be safely arriving to your place shortly. So have fun on the golf this weekend, Thomas. You deserve it. And awesome getting to hang out with your brother, who has a cool job being a pilot for private jets. He's the pilot. It's not his jet. Anyway, tonight when you go home, please talk to the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe to go live again in a little less than an hour. We'll be back after lunch for more fun court hopping. We'll see you guys then.